What's up, guys?
The ceiling.
How clever.
Thanks, Sage.
That's it.
Oh,
Get
yeah.
out.
Take a damage roll.
Get out.
Oh, come on now. Hey, I got horrible puns. Listen here.
You're fired.
Hey, Mike, if I say a horrible pun, what are you going to do to me? XP or you going to give me XP or make me die?
Oh, it won't be pleasant.
Come on now. I got a real good one.
No.
Okay. Are we all leveled up and I got all that stuff taken care of? And I know you skipped out early, Brittany, right at the end. I think Sage and Nick
Yeah.
already took care of it.
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
Trying to decide like what I would want to pick as my like additional skills.
I mean, I already know what I was going to do since before we even leveled up, so.
Well, good for you.
Listen, Alistair, it's for you.
I know. Oh, I know, because I told you what to that you should
Yeah,
do.
we talked about this.
I'm probably just gonna think about it some more. I'll maybe do it like next week, or like not next week, but I'll do it for next week.
Okay.
That's cool.
Ugh.
So last time you guys got yourself a boat.
Very exciting.
Yeah. Flying boat at that.
For now. You have a boat for now.
Stop being like that. That's not funny.
I'm going to
can't
give
have
you a
nice
boat
things.
and I'm going to take it away.
No.
No joke, that's exactly what happened in my first campaign.
Not the boat. We've already named it.
Yeah,
I did.
Now.
I don't
We
remember
were-
what you named it. It was something hard to remember.
It was something legit other than his pirate name. I remember his pirate name. That was ridiculous, so that stuck. Red Rum.
HMS Halcyon, that's what it was. Yep, and you met the pilot, who apparently now works for you. And you aptly named him Cliff since you met him on the cliff. Once he realized that, I guess Alistair's the new Van Tassel Gorgeous Weatherman the Third.
No, he's the fourth.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess he'll be the
The
fourth.
fourth.
Yep. Piloted you guys around. You guys went back to Blind Row. You saved everyone, as far as you know.
Got nothing to show for it.
Except the boat and an airship.
Well, except the boat and the mansion.
Yeah, you sent Cliff back home to the mansion, which you haven't gotten to yet. Because you had to meet with the madame, and you also wanted to go meet his sister again, and all that good kind of tying up loose ends at the end of a successful quest type things.
Oh, now I remember what happened when we left.
Yep, so you met with the madame. She was kind of nonplussed. I mean, she wasn't angry, though, so I guess it's kind of appreciative for her.
Good.
You know. She took what information you had, and well, actually from Mick. Mick was honest and straight to the point.
I'm very forthcoming.
Yeah, which she appreciated. And then she just kind of kicked you out. You did your job. Good job. Now wait for a pen in the back. You're not gonna get one here. You guys leave. Just as you're leaving, this, I believe it was a man, just comes frantically running through the crowd. He looks disheveled. Bumps into one of you, spins off, hits the ground, and just instantly disintegrates.
Oh,
into
I remember.
ash.
He bumps into Josephine specifically.
Okay.
Yes.
I remember that.
Yeah, but that's kind of where we stopped. So you don't have anything any of you want to bring up or we need to discuss or try to remember about last time. We'll just kind of pick up there. Still morning on whatever day we're on. We're all just right outside of the Madame's beautiful mansion. I've just kind of taken a few strides down the street when this has happened.
I believe everyone's just staring at the ash, just silently like, what?
Yeah, there's a
just
few
happened?
moments where, I mean, when this person was kind of pushing through the crowd, that's kind of unusual anyway. I mean, the blind row was pretty orderly, and everyone was kind of nice, at least in this area. Especially outside the madams. So there's like, some shouting and people calling after this guy, like, hey, watch where you're going, and other unsavory things. And then he falls, turns to ash, and then just everyone's just kind of, that moment of silence, and everyone's just kind of frozen. It's just staring.
Like bend down to like poke through the ashes.
Like, is he there?
You guys hear someone in the nearby crowd turn to retch off the side of the road.
Yeah.
You think it was something he ate?
Fucking. Yeah, definitely. It was that spicy chili pepper.
I knew it.
Yeah, vaporizes you from the inside out.
Instantaneous human combustion. It's real. I told you.
Yeah, as you guys start talking, and Alistair kind of actually moves and pokes the ash, like that's when the crowd kind of breaks its freeze, and 95% of the people just kind of just spread out opposite directions. I don't want any part
Freaking
of
out,
this.
I'm imagining.
Yeah.
I smell trouble. I think we should go.
Yeah, I don't want to be
Yeah,
here.
that seems about right. I just wanna. Yeah.
Fast.
And you guys headed back to Aurelius.
We just skedaddle out of there.
Yeah, we'll go back there, but we'll like take the long way, like not
Okay.
like the major routes. Like try to like slip around.
Detour.
All right. Alistair just kind of waves you two on, and you head off in a different direction. It's not too difficult to kind of blend in with, a lot of the crowd's kind of just moving away. It's not hard to kind of fall in with a small group and then dock off into whatever streets and alleys and other way that Alistair knows to get to Aurelius. Takes a little bit longer. You eventually get back to Aurelius. Once you get, a little ways away from, that scene, the Madame's place, things kind of quiet down again. And you make it down. It's, late morning at this point. You get back to Aurelius. Nothing seems out of the ordinary. The doorman's standing, at the door, doing his duty. Gives you a little nod as you kind of come up the steps.
Kind of just nod back.
Nod back, yeah.
Continue in. Over face.
Yep, he just nods, opens up the door. You guys walk in. And as soon as he opens up the door, you can just hear kind of raucous laughter and conversation. And you walk into the sitting room, and in the sitting room is Aurelia, surrounded by Gerard and Violet. There are some beverages on the tables around them. They each kind of have glasses.
Wait,
They're laughing.
what happened? What happened? We totally froze.
Oh, you guys. Oh, jeez.
Oh, I heard.
No, I froze. I don't know what happened.
Okay, Alistair froze. As soon as the doorman opens the door and kind of ushers you in the house, you immediately hear raucous laughter and conversation. And you walk in on Aurelia and Gerard and Violet all in the sitting area. Many drinks and glasses kind of around them, having a merry old time.
Well, looks like you guys are having fun.
Violet holds up a glass and says, "Our hero!" And they kind of laugh.
I give like a slight bow, like, yeah.
The great.
You know it, right? You know it, bitch.
Oh, please say it.
Please don't. I'd like to live.
Aurelia stands up and she kind of stumbles kind of towards you, Alistair. She kind of grabs you by the front of the shirt and kind of leans close. She smells strongly of liquor. Says, "They have told me all about what you guys have done. You've got to be the worst rescuers I have ever heard about."
Mick's just sitting in the back laughing and clapping like, yes.
But we rescued them.
Yeah, and yet we were still successful.
She kind of looks at Josephine for a moment and looks back to Alistair. Like, she's got you with one hand like on the shirt, and she puts her right hand like against your chin, or not your chin, like you said, your face, and she just kind of says, "You did. I guess I'll have to give you that much. You did get my friends back, so Then she gives you like a little slap, not like a light slap, but not like a real heavy, just enough for you to feel it. And then she turns away and stumbles back to the couch, sits down.
His sister's awesome.
Yeah.
Just like shake my head. Just at it again.
Gerard kind of gestures at you guys and says, "Well, have a seat. Join in. We're celebrating. It's a big reunion."
Yeah, not being dead's pretty exciting. I sit down on the couch.
Okay. He hands you like a goblet of some sort of liquor. You're not even sure what it is. There's numerous kind of bottles lying around.
Excellent. I take a very large swig.
Okay. It's
Before I even move, I look at Alistair's sister like, am I good to sit on the couch?
She shakes her head.
Like, I need her permission to do anything.
She kind of points at you as she senses you looking at her. She locks eyes with you and she kind of gives you like the one finger curl. Like, come here.
Oh God.
I shove him up.
Me, I go forward like, oh God, expecting
Yeah,
to
you go
slap
to
as
stand
well.
right, up in front of the couch, and she moves her finger in a circle like, twirl for me, baby. And she says, give me a spin.
Oh, I'm a twirl.
You twirl a couple times, and she looks, and then you finally stop facing her again. She looks at Gerard. They don't say anything. She looks at Violet. They don't say anything. She goes, oh, I guess you're clean enough, I think. You can have just sit on the floor somewhere.
You got it, boss.
Violet tosses like an entire bottle of something at you.
Oh.
Hits you in the chest.
As long as it doesn't break, I'm good.
So
I can't
Josephine
even
sat
use
down.
this.
Mick sat down. Mick's got like a bottle that's as big as his head.
I can't
Really,
even use a
she's
cup.
kind of she lounges back and she looks at you, Alistair. Says, "Don't be so stuffy, brother. Come on, join us." But tell me, should I be calling you Tim from now on?
The great. As I take a chug.
Yeah. I do like a really sloppy like toast as well with Mick.
Okay.
Ting.
Ting.
Joke all you want, but it still worked. I still can't believe it. Those guys are seriously stupid. They just let us walk out with them.
Yeah, they let us walk in and out.
Really kind of leans forward and says, "Just let you walk out. Look, Gerard and Violet here, they've told me everything. I know what you did to that poor handsome man in the room at the end. I also know you have his fancy boat. Sounds
Hey.
And to me, I think that sounds like a fantastic present to give your sister after all you've put her through."
That's a good one. But in my defense, I did try to take him alive. Things just didn't go the way it's supposed to. Yeah. He didn't want it. He didn't want to, and you know what? Things happen.
She points.
I made out in the end, and that's all that matters.
She points a finger at you and kind of like scowls and says, "Alistair, you're a monster." And then she kind of like breaks into a big grin and falls back and slaps Gerard and Violet on the leg. "But you brought him back to me." And they all like clang glasses and take a drink.
Well, I'll tell you what. I'll take you.
Give her the automobile.
We gotta go back and get that. But
Yeah.
I'll take you out on the ship, and I'll even let you come see my new house.
I slightly edge away from wherever it is that Alistair is sitting
Yeah.
in anticipation of whatever's about to
It was
happen.
a little bit. Yeah, really, she kind of leans forward and then she shakily stands to her feet. And she just kind of stands there scowling at you for a little bit. After she kind of just sways slightly. It says, "It better not be nicer than my house, or we're switching."
I don't know. I haven't seen it yet.
And she goes, "Well, then let's go. And she starts walking towards the door. To my new house! What's
Hold
better than
on.
one mansion? Two, I say. Two!
Whoa. Hey, whoa.
Then Violet goes, well, hey, I could use a little bit of an upgrade. Aurelia stops at the door. She spins around. She says, that's right! All right, we'll look at this house. We'll decide who gets what. Violet, she smiles at that. She's all right. Well, let's go.
By this point, Mick's drunk too. He looks at Alistair and says, "Can I have the doghouse?"
Oh boy.
It just looks at him. Just like, listen, you got your house by working what you do, and I got mine by doing what I do. I finally got something. You've been throwing this all in my face for how long now? And I finally got something.
She like looks at you. She scowls and she acts like she's gonna say something. And she stops and shuts her mouth. And turns around and goes, to the new house! And she walks out the front door and slams the door behind her, leaving everyone behind.
He's not even coming yet.
Are you gonna tell her that?
No.
Then you hear knocking on the front door. And this door slowly opens and she pokes her head in. She says, are you coming?
No, because I'm not getting picked up today.
She steps back in, kicks the door shut behind her. Says, well then what good are you?
It's a question I ask myself every day. While staring directly at Alistair.
Yeah.
I am good at doing what others cannot, and that seems to be everything lately.
She like walks up to you.
Mick stands up and goes to the far side of the room.
Stands like toe to toe to you, Alistair. Nose to nose. And she's like of a height with you. You're very similarly built. And she says, what did you say to me? This is my house. Then she kind of squints and she kind of turns around, looks at Violet and says, right? We're still in my house? And Violet she just nods. Rayleigh turns back and says, yeah, that's right. This is my house. You don't be getting sassy with me. I let you stay here. I don't care that you're giving me a new house. That doesn't cut it.
You let me stay here because you want me to. Because you're too lonely to deal with it. You know, this big house all by yourself. You're so lonely. You want me to come over.
Mike silently goes, ooh.
Ooh. The studio audience. Ooh. She like raises like an open palm, just in the air. Says, talk back to me one more time, Alistair.
Bring it.
She slaps you across the face.
Oh!
Is that the best you got?
I'll be right back.
Okay. She like looks at you. She like shakes out her hand and takes a step back and starts like fumbling like on the table that's near the couch, and she comes back with a bottle and she like holds it at you.
Now, Aurelia, you don't want to do something that you're gonna regret. I'll just put the bottle down and let's go back to partying.
She looks at you and says, I've never done one thing in my life that I regret. Except perhaps letting you come in. And then she kind of like nods, like she's just like said something really smart and she's pleased with it. She says, yeah, that's right. I only have one regret, and that's you.
All right, I'm back. What did I miss? Did she meat claw him again?
No. At this point, like
She's gonna glass me.
she's got a bottle. But at this point, both Violet and Gerard like kind of jump up from the couch and kind of go to both sides of her and kind of like grab her arms. And you hear Violet like whisper to her like, "Oh, well, hold on. You're gonna make a mess of things here. Maybe perhaps we just lay down for a bit."
Full of liquid?
Yeah, she's got like a half full liquor bottle.
I'm gonna get in between them and say, "There's no need to waste a good bottle."
No, you guys. If she wants to do it, then do it.
No, if she wants to do it, use an empty bottle.
Who said it was full?
A half full.
Oh.
She like stares at you a little bit longer. Gerard and Violet are both like right by her side, not really physically intervening at this point. She stares at you for a little bit, and she looks at you, Mick. She just kind of says, "I don't know what kind of little thing you are, but I think you're right." And she flips the ball around, uncorks it, and just starts chugging it.
Yes.
And she finishes it off, like smacks her lips, puts it down. She looks at you like, "Okay, now let's." And their eyes slowly cross, and just as she's about to like fall, both Gerard and Violet grab an arm and hold her up. And Gerard says, "Oh, yep, look at that, it's nap time." And they both like turn and start like carrying her out of the room towards the upper stairs.
Exactly as planned.
Why she always gotta act like this? She'll never find a husband at this rate.
I don't think his sister should get drunk anymore.
This happens more often than you think.
Just it happening a few times is a little too much, I think.
As you can tell, we're not the most stable family.
You don't say.
Well, I still got a full bottle here, so I'm just gonna go back to my little floor.
Okay, Mick just plops back down now that all the entertainment's gone.
Yeah, I haven't even moved. I'm still sitting on the couch, presumably.
Yeah.
I'm just like, this is fine.
Everything's fine.
The maid walks in at some point without saying a word and just starts kind of quietly picking up the glasses and bottles.
Oh god. That poor maid.
Well,
Well, she gets paid well.
What do you guys want to do?
I don't know. I totally forgot when I told him to come back. I think it was a couple days.
Yeah,
it was like 2
while
or 3 days
to let her come back. So I guess just like, relax and look over. I got to look over those documents that I took from that guy anyway.
Okay.
Wait, Brittany's Josephine's a cog, right? Isn't she supposed to like go report or something?
There was actually something I have in my notes to mention to all three of you. All three of you have jobs that you have completely neglected.
Oh shit!
Just wondering where each of you stand on that.
I imagine at some point I'm gonna go back and report. Maybe tomorrow.
Okay.
I don't know if I'm going back to work.
Okay. Mick's just abandoning his post. They may not even notice he's gone.
They probably don't.
All those poor workers, they like half of them disappear every day, or they die, or who knows. Okay, just something for you guys to think about.
Well, I'll take care of that after we get all this business started, and then I got to go talk to somebody.
You also, I mean, you have a more lax kind of work schedule, Alistair, but you still, I mean, you know that you can't just simply disappear. I mean, you essentially work for like the mafia.
Back. It's like I got this new place in the Upper District and a ship, and I could do so much more with this. Come on.
Yeah, you can work something out, but
see what I can do.
Okay, so for this stage, you guys, well, let me ask you this: between now and when the ship, because I presume the goal is to eventually when the ship comes back, to then go check out your new digs.
Yeah.
Okay. So between then and when the ship comes back, which we'll just say is you have 2.5 days at this point, maybe the morning of that third day. What do you guys want to do? Are there plans, or are we just kind of skipping ahead a little bit and you can kind of give me broad strokes?
I'm looking at broad strokes. I mean, I'm just going to report to work.
Okay. All right.
Mick, whether Alistair likes it or not, is going to be sticking with him every day.
Best
They are
friend.
best now.
Yeah,
He's like herpes. You can't get rid of him.
Alistair, I made you this sweet best friend charm bracelet. You wanna look? We
Yeah.
have matching parts.
BFFs forever.
Yay.
Anyway.
They're matching. It's like a piece of like nasty moldy rag.
Anyway.
Look, they have the same colorations.
So, Alistair, were you gonna be doing anything in the 2 or 3 days? You can think about it for a bit. I want to get more info from Josephine.
Yeah, I mean, other than what I just said, like look over those documents and stuff. Like I'm not sure.
Okay.
I'll think about it for a minute.
Okay. So Josephine, you go back to report to work. Now, as I recall, you originally left the Blind Rose kind of like a special project. You're kind of given the leave to go take care of whatever you have to take care of there. So how are you approaching when you get back? Because they're going to assume if you come back and you say you did what you needed to do in Blind Row, that you're back to daily duty.
Yeah, I'm going to really play up the trauma of finding all of these like kidnapped people and like nearly dying.
Get a vacation.
I feel like I just really need some time to like recover from this.
Wow.
I'm going to request some time off.
Okay. Jarvis Maverick, your lovely commanding officer, your captain.
Forgot that was his name.
Yep, I just had to look it up. I forgot to. He'll give you time off. But he wants to make it very clear that you are not getting paid for any of this. You are on your own dime. Don't be lounging around the barracks asking for free meals. And just report back in 1 week.
Thank you, sir.
Okay.
Yay! Successfully lied through teeth.
Good for me.
No, she didn't like she has to work off the poison, the venom.
All right.
No, I feel she's like buying some time to think because like she only worked for the Cogs because she was worried that like doing anything else meant like death. She couldn't like keep ahead of them. And she's like, yeah, there's all these people who just like live their lives, like even though they're secretly, She's like, what if I do have other options?
Yeah, I feel like Josephine, she was never really a cog because she wanted to be a cog. It was just a kind of a thing of convenience and
survival.
Right, survival.
Yeah, exactly.
So
she's like, well, I might not need to do that now, and that could be pretty sweet.
Yep. Okay. So Alistair, did you got any plans for the 2 or 3 days? Josephine, she's gone off. She'll come back. We'll say she kind of told you guys. She's got to nip back to work. She'll be back in time to leave on the new boat. Mick's tagging along with you.
Yeah, wherever you go, I'm right there.
Yeah, you don't.
Light on ice.
And you don't see Aurelia until like well afternoon the next day. And she is not in a mood to speak to anybody.
She's got the same sleep schedule as you, apparently.
She does what she wants.
Yeah, she's very hungover and ornery and confused. So she pretty much just kind of stays away from you.
She almost killed me again.
I will stay away from her to the best of my abilities.
Just saying that for a little flavor in case you did want something from her, you'd have to kind of seek her out, and knowing that she's not in the best of moods.
Do I want to go check back in before I go and like, because if I go check back in, they're gonna be like, well, what the hell have you been doing?
Where's our cut?
Yeah, where's our cut? But I have the money, but I could be like, well, I have this stuff too that I have a perfect job opportunity for everybody if you want to expand into the upper district. So, nah, screw it. I'm on vacation.
Nice. Roll me an investigation check, or I think it's investigation. As you start looking, or even lore, and start looking through the papers and all the official paperwork you got from Van Tassel, the shady side stuff you gave up to the Madame.
Yeah, I should have copied that down.
Missed opportunity, I guess. I'm sorry, I didn't realize you were 15. That's pretty good. Okay. You know that he is kind of owner, CEO, founder, head honcho of Gorgeous Gowns Clothing Emporium. They specialize in beautiful, formal gowns of all sorts. Though they do also manufacture and sell, all sorts of clothing. The gowns are just their specialty. They are the go-to for your weddings and events and all that kind of fun stuff.
Ooh, a lot of money in that.
Yeah, decent money. The expense, it costs lots to manufacture those things, so the margin isn't great. But it does afford him a pretty high standing in kind of higher circles. He's a guy who gets invited to all the posh parties. You see, he takes meticulous notes, and all his financial information, receipts, like everything's there. So he's been to like all these different parties. He seems to know all these different people. He's got letters and correspondence from politicians up in the Capital District, as well as other business owners, as well as other corporations. The Cinderstorm Corporation being part of that as well. He's got his hands on a lot of honeypots. You also learn, just as a that it costs a bit over 500 gold a month to maintain his manor. But curiously, you don't see any expenses towards paid helpers outside of Cliff, whose real name you have figured out is actually Barnabas Balaam. There is money that gets sent to him and his crew. Other than that, he doesn't seem to employ any other workers. But it does cost a bit to maintain his manor. He also has, and that's his main property. He owns some warehouses and factories over in Colt Alley, actually, in the lower district. That's where some of his manufacturing is done. Can't remember where some of the fabrics and stuff are made. And then he owns another factory not too far from his manor, up in the upper district, and a showroom and a nicer kind of storefront up there. The actual Emporium. Doesn't seem to own any other property. It seems he only owns that airship that you know of. Outside of kind of commercial vehicles, he's got some transport vehicles as well.
I got a lot of work to do. I have to put everything into my name so that it's all legit. This should be fun.
You also you don't see any record or any kind of notation that would indicate any other family members. There's still some records they carries around from when his father owned the company. But clearly he's not in charge anymore. You don't know if he's died or not. But as far as you can gather, that's the only family he has. But then again, this is mostly business papers that you found.
Yeah. All right. This guy has a lot of shit going on.
Mm-hmm.
And now you do.
Hopefully we can maintain it. So
yeah, this is something that this guy's only been working at like his entire life. That been born into and educated on, but yeah, I'm sure you'll pick it up no problem.
Alistair's a quick learner. He bullshit his way through an entire underground mine full of deadly creatures. This is no problem for Tim the Great.
He's the greatest. Okay, so is there anything else you guys want to do in this downtime?
No, I think that's
Annoy
good.
Alistair.
Okay.
Oh, God.
Yeah, I imagine this has been like a nice little 2 to 3 day vacation. You've just kind of been lounging around Blind Row, probably just staying, I would assume, kind of at Aurelia's. Maybe go out for some dinners or something, but yeah. It's felt like probably a week or two with Mick. Maybe it's brought you closer, I don't know.
No.
He's like, no, I've never wanted to shoot a more in my life.
Okay. So the morning that, your ship guy is supposed to come back arrives. I'm going to assume you're not going to sleep in that day. You guys will all get up and get some breakfast. You don't see Aurelia when you get up. But the maid, she's kind of already had food prepared for you guys. Whatever little things you had, I'll assume is kind of packed up and you're just kind of ready to go. As you're kind of putting the last ties on things, Aurelia finally walks down the stairs. She's lugging 2 gigantic suitcases behind her. Just thunk, thunk, thunk down the stairs. And she hasn't, unless you've approached her, Alistair, she has not spoken a word to you since the night you got back. And she just kind of thunk, thunk, thunk down the stairs. It kind of comes into the sitting area where you guys are all kind of just about ready to leave. And she just kind of sets them down and folds her arms. Says, well, I'm not going to carry these the whole way to the ship.
What are you doing with those?
She looks and says, what do you mean, what am I doing? These are my things. Don't worry, I packed light.
For what? You're coming with us.
She kind of like starts at that. Says, what do you mean I'm not coming with you?
I don't know how else to explain that. That's,
look, I convinced Gerard and Violet to stay behind so they wouldn't get in the way. But if you think you're going off to some new fancy manor without me, you got another thing coming.
I mean, you did kind of hype it up.
well,
You did say she could.
well,
I don't know that he ever actually did. Aurelia's been assuming a lot of things.
No, I did say that she could come
Okay.
and visit. I'm like, but I was hoping she forgot it. I didn't want to bring that up. Yeah. What the fuck is that? Get out of here. Jesus. Yeah, I was hoping that she forgot about that.
No, she didn't.
But I'm like, damn it, Mick. Fine. I did say, fine. Man of my word, I did say you can come. I did say you can come and visit. But let me be clear. This shit is mine.
She kind of looks at you and says, well, that depends on how nice it is. I ain't taking some crap hole, but...
Whatever.
And look, with the new ship, I can still work in Blind Row. It's no trouble.
No, this ship is mine too. I'm the captain.
She just kind of holds her chin up and, well, we'll just have to see about all that, won't we? And she walks towards the door, and she kind of stops in front of you, Alistair, and she says, I always get what I want.
I will fight you.
He's like, I will. You ready to throw down? He says.
We're ready to continue what happened last night. Let's do it.
Right before she kind of just looks at you, totally kind of her chin high, and she just goes, and she walks out the door, and she kind of waves and calls over her shoulder and says, "Don't forget my bags."
I follow her out the door before it can be assumed that I will be carrying any of that.
Damn it! All right, I'll grab one of the bags. I'm sure I can only grab one anyway.
Okay, Josephine quickly steps out. Leaves kind of Mick to grapple with the bags, and Alistair to collect his mentality. I don't know. Aurelia, she walks down the stairs with you, Josephine. She kind of looks at you and says, "I don't know what you're doing with my brother."
I just sort of shrug my shoulders and say, life takes you to funny places sometimes.
She kind of like just goes, "Ah, boy, do I know it."
And then Nick comes out of the door carrying 2 briefcases the size of him.
Imagine he's like got a hold of both hands, like he's got to like kind of like push him, like he's kind of like going backwards with him, like dragging him along, like it takes everything in hand just to move him. And Aurelia kind of stops at the bottom of the stairs in front of her house, and she turns back and, "Well, where's this ship of yours?"
I mean, take a guess. Take a guess where it is. I want you to guess.
She just kind of looks at you for a minute, like thinking, and then she goes, "Ah," and then she kind of just like looks up, stomps back up the stairs to the doorman who's just standing there. She goes, "You have the vehicle brought around, please." And he just nods, says, "Right away." And he leaves, and walks down the path around the side of the house.
You mean I don't have to carry these the entire way there? Oh, thank God.
Hey, you think she was walking all the way there? Soon as she figured out, she's a big girl. She can figure it out. I'm not here to hold her hand.
And as you're waiting for him to bring the car around or wherever he's getting, she looks at you, Mick, and says, "And don't be careful with that. Drag him, or you're gonna scuff the varnish."
These things weigh as much as I do. There's
not
not
really-
much else I can do.
He's not really tall enough to carry them properly.
No, it kind of looks kind of silly. Oh, someone's paying me for that. Alistair, you'll buy me new suitcases later, right? He is your friend, after all. Told me it was your responsibility.
He's not the one that told me to carry carry the briefcases.
Exactly, I did, and I said carry, not drag.
You want me to try and carry him? I think it'll do more damage.
Oh, don't talk back to her.
As long as it saves my
Because I can do it
suitcases,
doesn't mean that.
I'd rather you dinged and damaged than those suitcases. They cost more than you can imagine.
I can only imagine a few little numbers.
Oh Lord.
After a moment, like you hear the chug of a steam engine, and this little kind of approximation of kind of like carriage motorized carriage kind of comes around the corner and stops. The outside's real rugged, and because I mean, even though they do have some, the rich can afford some kind of motorized vehicles, they're still not real refined. But she's got the inside deck. That's kind of the inside of like a carriage you found, like a horse and buggy. Just got like just 2 benches kind of that face each other. It's all pretty much it's all padded velvet, and inside it's kind of nice.
I can imagine this, like, Mick sees this car, gets a boost of energy. He's like, oh my God. Carries both the briefcases over his head, throws them in the car, and just jumps on it pretty much.
She looks at you and says, "Now, was that so difficult? You could have had that done an hour ago if it were not for all the whining and complaining." And she sticks her head out and says, "Well, come on, everyone."
An hour? It's been like 20 minutes.
Yes.
I wasn't the one that was going to say it, but okay.
Just leave that all to me.
Yeah.
All right, let's just go. We got stuff to do.
Okay. You guys all pile in, and she just like Aurelia just stays like quiet and just like stares out the window, kind of grumpily the whole time.
I imagine Mick's doing the same, but he has to stand up on one of the chairs.
Yeah,
He's looking out like a kid.
Yeah. His face just pressed to the glass. And the doorman, he seems, he's the one driving. He's kind of like the still steering mechanism and controls are like outside the little cab. And you drive up to the docks. There's and a blind rail. And stop and all pile out. And on the far side, one of the smaller docks, you can see your airship just slowly bobbing at the end of the deck.
I half expected it not to be there.
You see a couple crew members on the deck, even from the distance, and Cliff seems to be standing at attention on the end of the dock, right in front of the walkway. Really gets out. She just kind of like pokes her head back and says, "Remember, carry, don't drag." And then she looks out, kind of straightens out her. She's got like a pretty nice kind of everyday dress on. She kind of smooths it out. She scans the dock, and her eyes lock on the airship. And she goes, "Is that it?"
Yes. Beauty, isn't she?
She kind of shrugs and goes, "I've seen better, but it'll do." She starts.
Oh, is it as good as your airship?
She just kind of just waves dismissively over her head like, "Ah," and she keeps just like walking on ahead of you guys.
I want to whisper to Alistair when she's out of like ear range and be like, what would she do if these were to accidentally fall in the water?
Oh no.
I don't know. What would you do if you accidentally got your head separated from your body?
I mean, there's nothing I could do. I would just flop, whatever.
Yeah, Mick doesn't get it. I don't understand.
He took it literally. He's like,
Yeah.
I mean, my body would just flop. There's nothing I could do.
Are you guys just gonna follow after? Leave Mick
Yeah,
to
follow like
manage
right
the
behind her.
baggage.
Of course, I'm have to fucking.
I'm not carrying her shit. I didn't expect her to come this early anyway.
I need a bag
know.
of holding. Just shove these in there.
She's such a party crasher.
Mick is gonna do his best.
Yeah, so you guys get to the dock. At this point, Aurelia, she's already beat you there. You guys took a minute to kind of banter and complain about her. And she's in the middle of this heated one-way argument with Cliff. Cliff is standing there, stock still, his full statue, Buckingham guard, palace guard kind of style. And she's just stomping her foot, red in the face, and says, "I demand to be let on my ship. This is mine. I'm Aurelia Parson, and this is my ship. Let me on." And he's just like giving nothing, just staring straight ahead.
Oh, I want to make her day.
Just walk up behind her and just be like, "Hey, Cliff. Morning."
He looks at you.
I want to walk by too, carry the briefcases, and say the same. Like, morning.
He gives you a little nod. And says, "Oh, morning, sir. Right on time. Excellent." Aurelia, like it looks like she's like something's like popped at this point. She goes, "How dare you speak to these commoners and not me?" As you kind of walk on the boat, Cliff kind of he doesn't say or do anything, but he obviously gets the idea that she's with you guys. And Aurelia, he steps aside, and you all kind of walk on. And then Aurelia, like over her shoulder, says, "I'll see you replaced the moment we get to my new manor. Don't think I won't." Cliff comes on the ship behind you and comes up to you, Alistair. Gives you a curt nod and says, "Shall we be away, sir?"
Yes. The sooner the better.
Make
The
it
sooner
as
the
obvious as
better.
possible.
And then, like out of the
Please.
corner of his mouth, and says, "May I speak freely, sir?"
Of course.
I gather that woman is your sister?
How could you tell?
Intuition, sir. And as I am speaking freely, and I mean this in no way offensive to you or any of your other kin, but what a bitch. And then he just like
Yes!
turns
Yes!
and calmly kind of dusts himself off and walks to the controls. He shouts out a couple commands, and the ship starts being untied and drifting away from the dock.
I'm gonna say to Alistair, never replace that man.
I was like, yeah, that sounds about right.
This man is a hero.
You guys start sailing. You turn out the bay, and you kind of take a wide circle and start circling back to the north, towards the upper district. As you get towards the other end, or the other, side of the river, boat starts rising up a little bit, and it starts crossing over the land. You start going over some nicer houses, some beautifully polished streets, and glass-covered storefronts. And then it kind of starts settling down and ends up landing in a beautiful backyard behind this enormous manor. And it just slowly sets down. And there's a couple of the crew guys, they jump off the boat, slide down the ropes, and start tying it off on these big metal hooks that are there. Like it's just that's where the boat's meant to be. And eventually it kind of winds down and kind of settles a little bit unsteadily on the grass. You see a crewman, he pushes over like a wooden staircase up to the edge of the boat so you guys can all get off. And Cliff, he comes over to you, Alistair, and he kind of nods at you and gestures the back of the manor. Says, "Sir, your new home."
Wow.
Aurelia quickly pushes past you and like starts running down the stairs, like squealing like a little kid. It is larger than her house. It's hard to say if it's nicer or not, but size wise, and it's got a pretty nice backyard and gardens. And she yells over, and she just kind of yells behind you like, "Did someone grab my bags?" And she starts like racing towards the back of the manor. And Cliff looks at you and says, "Sir, shall I grab the lady's luggage?"
No. I got this. Mick!
Aye, Captain Red Rum.
It's like, I also asked Cliff, they're not going to let her in the house, are they?
He looks at you and says, "They, sir?"
Oh. Oh, yeah, right. I did read that there was no actual people there.
And Snaza says, "It's just so, sir."
So what? He just lives in this big mansion all by himself?
Something like that, sir. I can't say for sure. I've never been inside.
Ah, crap.
Why not come inside and rest a bit?
She's gonna go in and claim everything. Damn it!
I touched this.
Hurry,
This is mine. 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 This is mine.
So...
Alistair, you better hurry. I'll get the baggage.
Oh, yep.
Yeah. Mick grabs the baggage. You guys start walking towards the manor. Cliff stays behind, just tightening up the boat, and that's kind of his only duty, really. That kind of thing. Let's go to the back of the house. Aurelia's at the back door. She's just pounding on it. "Let me in!"
You have the key.
All right, I have the key, sir.
She's just yanking on the handle. And then she stops and spins around as you guys get there and says, "Alistair, I demand to be let in my home. Quick, unlock the doors."
No, I see the great Tim in her.
And she turns back around and she kind of peers through the windows, puts her hands around her eyes. Says, "Oh, I think it's so much better than my place."
I just sit there, stand there for a second, and just
Watch her.
just watch her do this.
She keeps staring in and kind of ooh, ah. You're not really sure how much you can see or not. She finally turns around and says, "Well, hurry up."
Oh, all right.
My arms can only hold so much for so long, Alistair, please.
Find one of the keys that open the door.
Yep, you find, again, there's a huge key ring, but you find the key in it. Open the door and you step into your new manor. Everything's fairly nice. It's not overly extravagant, but everything's polished marble and velvet, and everything's kind of nice. Glass and mirrors everywhere. Really immediately just starts running off.
No running in the halls.
You hear, she's disappeared from view, but you hear her voice echo back down the hallway. My house, my rules.
Son of a bitch.
Well, I'm gonna set the luggage down right next to the door. She can get it herself now. And, I'm gonna skedaddle and see what's going on in the house.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a pretty nice house. Too bad we'll never get to keep it. We'd never get nice things.
No, you can never get nice things. Haven't you learned that yet? Do you guys just want to explore for a while, or what?
Oh, I'm exploring.
Yeah.
I imagine kind of just
But
all
there's
sort of wandering around.
There's a fucking orgy room.
Well, there's some.
What?
Yeah, I was gonna cross it off, but it's a nice pillowed room. Everything. I mean, this is just a map I found online that I kind of liked. It's all you start exploring. Everything on the map as shown is kind of approximately what you find. The exception being the servants' quarters doesn't look like beds and basins and stuff. You just find it looks like an engineering room. Just like parts and pieces and like oil and stuff just lying around.
Alistair, please. Please.
You guys also, in your exploring, find that the house is not entirely unoccupied. There are 2 fully automated, refined steam jacks moving around cleaning things.
Excellent.
They are much smaller than the steam jacks you've seen, much more well articulated, a little bit more human-sized. They don't speak or really react to you. They're almost like Roombas. But people-shaped sized Roombas as they just kind of wander around and clean things.
Do they walk into a wall, turn, and then keep going?
No, not quite like that.
Oh my
And they
god.
have they have almost like fine fingers. They have pretty fine motor skills. Not as graceful maybe as a a real person, but they're pretty nice.
Meek is going to turn one of those into an assassin.
They just wander around, little puffs of steam coming out from behind them every once in a while.
Well,
He's got that gleam in his eye.
Yeah. Also, the other things of note, you notice from the outside that 2 corners of this manor are towers. And when you get to the doors that lead to the rooms of this tower on both levels, they're locked, all of them. Heavy steel doors. They're all a little bit different. I can kind of describe if you ever want to pay attention to them. Well, those are the only 4 rooms you guys cannot get into. They're actually blacked out on the map.
Do any of the keys work?
Do you want to look at the doors and investigate? Is that what you found and you want to look at first?
No, not yet.
Well, Mick wants to explore every inch of this place to find more things he likes.
Well,
He found the workshop. He found steam jacks. He wants to see if there's more. He's going to try and pick one of these locks.
You know I have the keys, right?
I don't care. You don't want to open them yet. I must see.
It must be.
Well, that's not happening. I'm dragging you with me.
No!
Do either of them notice what I'm doing?
Hey, no!
No, you don't get to say that because you heard me in real life say.
I'm saying
No
in real life
metagaming.
like that's ridiculous. Damn it!
No, Railier's gone from sight. Josephine slips off. Nick and Alice are forever as you 2 stay joined up. You guys just can't on each other's side.
I'm investigating those doors because I want to know.
I told you we're BFFs forever.
Okay, so Josephine, which door are you going to? Because there's four different rooms. 2 rooms on each level.
What wherever it is that they've gone. Like, they've gone in another direction, I'm just going the other way.
1d4.
Okay, Mick and Alistair, where did you guys go?
I
and
think
just for clarity, on the left is obviously the first floor. On the left is the second floor. What that matters.
So the left is first floor, the right is second. All right.
I suppose would look for the like the main, like the bedroom and like probably like a study or something.
Okay.
Whatever is equivalent.
Mm-hmm.
So the second floor with the private balcony.
Okay. Yeah. So you guys both go upstairs. You find the master. There are a number of bedrooms. There are a couple of bedrooms, smaller bedrooms. Then you find the master bedroom. That's one that's a sleep chamber, kind of right in the middle. And on the bed is Aurelia, fanning out her arms like she's making a snow angel on top of the bed. It's just satin sheets.
How did I know you'd be here first?
She says, "Oh, it's so soft."
You have a homing beacon for the bed.
And she said, "Don't worry, Alistair. I'll let you visit every once in a while. As long as you keep track of your messy friend."
Mick's gonna be like, all right, on that note, I'm out.
So Josephine, they've gone to the second floor. So I don't know if you want to stay on the first. They're also on the opposite end of the house. So really, you could slip away to any of the 4 rooms without them noticing.
Okay. Doesn't really matter. Pick one at random, I guess. I want to go to the one that is, I guess, maybe top left.
Of the first floor?
Yeah.
Okay. You go to that. You can tell that there's supposed to be, towers are nice. You can see what kind of towers you guys got. Maybe like a lookout observatory or something. You just find through a small room the door that should lead to the first tower room you've come to, and it's a huge door. And it takes up just wall to ceiling, solid steel. It's all polished. This one has runes etched into the steel and kind of circular patterns around, and then a larger kind of separate plate that looks like it's been mounted to the middle of the door, also inscribed with runes. And you don't see any sort of handle. You don't see hinges. You don't see keyholes.
Damn. I touched the door.
Oh, I found a wine closet.
You reach out and you just tentatively touch the door. You see kind of light and sparks kind of trace around some of the rooms really quick. And there's just kind of like a dull whoomp, and you just feel this force, like someone just kind of like put 2 hands to your chest and just pushed you back 5 feet. And that's it. Just forces you away from it.
Okay. I want to try something, but there's no real role or like skill for this.
Okay, just tell me.
But I don't want to try like summoning some like magic to my hand and like touching the door like that.
Okay. So
clearly these are magical runes, so I'm curious about what effect that will have.
Yeah, can you... Are you casting any spell in specific, or are you just kind of conjuring just energy?
Just energy.
Okay. Could you make me an arcane roll?
Yeah, I think so.
Just straight up arcane?
Yeah, she should be able to, because I've been making speed rolls.
Yeah, so it's like it's like making an unskilled strength check in D&D. We used to do a lot.
Okay.
This is just gonna be arcane.
I'm not sure if it's gonna do the thing.
It's 7.
Okay, it does work. Okay, I just want to test it. I do want to boost it if I'm gonna actually roll.
Okay, you can boost it. Roll again.
All right, I will pay.
Watch it be a full-on crit.
Hey!
Damn
My
close.
Double 6s and a 3. Yeah, you start conjuring some energy, and you start slowly putting your hand back, kind of towards the door. It's like you're not really sure where to touch or what to do. You're just like, these are magic. You touch the door. This time it doesn't repulse you. You don't feel that kind of, but then like energy starts kind of pulling. You see lights and sparks go away from your hand into the door, around the rooms, kind of sparking back and forth, around and around. Then it just kind of fades quite quickly. It feels like the air just kind of vanished out of the room. And the door starts slowly sliding, into the wall. Starts kind of going kind of right to left. Little hidden pocket door. And before you is a large open room. A pretty high ceiling. This looks unlike the decor of the rest of the house, where it's polished marble. Everything is, beautiful and shiny. This is just kind of gray stone, unfinished. There are tables all over the place, straps. There's a couple cages.
Oh gosh.
And just sitting.
BDSM room.
Okay, we're gonna call it a torture room, but it's not for sexual things.
Yeah.
A little prison room. Sitting on one of these tables is a man, an older, silver-haired man, tightly cropped silver beard. And he's just kind of sitting there. He's got got his elbows on his knees, and he's got his hand in his hands, his head in his hands. As the door slides up, he just kind of looks at you, just kind of blinks a couple times, and doesn't say anything. He's just staring at you.
I just sort of stare at him for a few moments. And then just kind of, I'm like, oh, fuck. Hello?
He regards you for another couple minutes in silence, and he's just kind of... Where's Van Tassel?
He's dead. He is dead. I sincerely hope for you that is a good thing.
He just kind of slowly nods. I suppose that depends on who you are. Have you come to kill me?
No, honestly, I just wanted to know what was in this room. Are you okay? Do you need
He kind of just
food?
looks around the room, and then he just kind of opens up his hands and says, "Well, I'm in this room."
Yes. Indeed you are. Are you okay, though? I admit I'm not really sure what to do at this point. I wasn't really expecting there to be anyone in here.
That's a
I
beautiful
didn't think
part
I'd
of
get this far.
Yeah, I didn't think I'd get
I
this
didn't think that would work.
No.
He kind of jumps off the table and kind of slowly starts walking towards you and says, "Well, that all really depends on who you are and what you've come for."
I am Josephine, and I am here because my friend has now taken ownership of this mansion. Due to the whole Van Tassel being dead thing.
He kind of thinks about this for a couple of minutes and blinks a couple times. And what has he told you about my presence here?
I don't think he knows you're here.
I meant Van Tassel. You've taken over for him, and surely he's explained our situation.
No, like he's died before he could tell anyone anything.
That's...
I nod decisively as though this is...
He thinks about this again for a couple of minutes, and that's unfortunate, I think.
What can you tell me about what's going on here?
Again, that depends on who and what you are. You say you're not here to kill me. That seems unlikely.
Based on, like, previous life experience, or, like, the conversation we're currently having? Because the conversation feels friendly.
Yeah, he's there's not a ton of emotion with this guy. He's just kind of just speaking kind of simply, kind of slowly.
Monotone.
Yeah, and he kind of thinks for a bit. And he holds up his finger, and he walks back into the room. You see him stoop into a corner. He's picking something up, and he walks back to you. Says, "There's really only one way I can be certain if I can trust you or not."
Okay.
He holds up like his open palm and says, "Your hand, please."
Oh God.
I know where this is going. I'm just gonna do it. I give him my hand.
Okay, take his hand.
So when you say, "Oh, the old ash trick," huh?
he just holds it there for a minute, and he lets it go, and you kind of tell you like hold it just there, and he opens up his other hand. He's got a handful of ash. He puts his finger in it, and he draws that familiar symbol that maybe you haven't, you know full well by now. He draws it on.
That if I hadn't been, I would die right now. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this whole time he's like watching you as he's slowly drawing on, like waiting for some kind of reaction. And finally he finishes. He puts that last dash in there. And there's that brief kind of glow of power, that kind of warm feeling, then just kind of magically just fades away. And he lets your hand drop, and he takes a step back and brushes off his hands and says, "Well, that was unexpected. I am Faram." He holds out his hand.
Sorry, what'd you say, Mike?
He says, he holds out his hand like he wants a handshake. He says, "I am Faram."
Josephine. Shake his hand.
He shakes it. Says, I find
but really, what was Van Tassel doing with you here?
protecting me.
Oh? From what?
Those that wish to kill me, and ones like me.
Oh no, what have I done? I don't say this out loud.
It's also, we were working on putting together some things for me. I don't remember so well, you see.
Oh, okay. Can you only get into this room if you have magic? And I say I kind of like twiddle my fingers.
He kind of shrugs and says, "I'm not sure." What kind of mechanism is the door? I was assured it would protect me while Van Tassel was away. I think he is dead. That you would not come to harm me seems strange to me. Why would you kill Van Tassel?
Because he's a douche. Because of his ridiculous name. Why else?
Well. It's a bit of a long story, but the shortest version is there were many people being kidnapped from the city that we lived in. And Van Tassel was kind of between us and our way out. He tried to stop everyone from leaving, and I sort of like make like a gesture with my hand signifying like that's like the end of my story.
Yeah. Poof. He just kind of looks at you again, kind of not a lot of reaction to this guy. He just kind of shrugs, says, and then what role will you play then in helping me? I'm afraid we didn't get very far, Van Tassel and I.
Sort of shrug my shoulder, and I guess, well, whatever role I can. You know, my friend seems to have more or less inherited this mansion now, but, you know, I'll do what I can to help you.
He just kind of like snaps his finger, like he's just thought of something. He says, that reminds me of something I happened to remember when Van Tassel was away, just the other day. Inheriting and such. I believe I inherited as well. They used to call me king, I believe.
Oh?
Oh.
And he goes, "Oh, yes, that is what I remembered. It was a little funny. It was like a dream, but now I believe it's true. I am King Faram, ruler of Latlunde." He holds out his hand again, like he wants to shake it again.
I shake his hand again and say, "It's nice to meet you."
Likewise. He goes, "Now, what were we discussing?"
Oh.
I mean, in broad strokes, the future, but more or less what to do now that Van Tassel is gone.
That is problematic at best.
Can you tell me any more about what you two might have been working on together?
He did well beyond trying to piece together my shattered memories, such as they are. I know he spoke of bringing others that were like me into our fold, and I don't believe he's had any success yet. But I'd been holding out hope that maybe others like me would know more.
Ah, I see.
He didn't bring you here, did he?
Sorry, Mike, what did you say?
He said, Van Tassel didn't bring you to me, did he? Oh, no. You said he was dead.
Did not, no.
That's right.
Yes.
Then what are you doing here?
Well, since Fantastical is unfortunately dead, we are surveying the property more or less, just to see
We're
what's
scoping
going
out our
on.
new digs.
Like,
Yeah.
We're just snipping. And he just kind of stares at you for a moment, and then he abruptly kind of turns sharply around, and he walks back to the table he was sitting on before, and hops up and sits on it again. And he goes, well, then I shall await further instruction. I trust you will exercise this with just the same authority that Van Tassel did.
certainly, I will do my best. Do you mind terribly if I take a look around the room?
By all means. I suppose this is your house.
No.
Sort of shrug my shoulders and I say, there's no reason it can't be, yours as well. You've been staying here longer than I have. I just...
Do you want to roll an investigation to really look around? You just want
investigation and try to see what's up with this little room.
There's a strange man at my house.
Yes, there is.
And there are three other rooms in here.
There are three
There's
other
also
weird
a
guys
big
in my
black
house.
patch down at the bottom. I'm curious about that one.
Oh, that was just the name of the mansion that the artist gave it.
Oh. We have to name it.
Oh, well, you haven't seen the front of the house. The front of the house that is actually, the name is actually inscribed.
I'm gonna have to change it.
It's called, just so you guys know, it's called Gorgeous Mansion.
No, we're
that's
gonna.
wonderful.
Gorgeous
It's not
Mansion. Large letters,
to change
gold plate on the front. 19.
It's not called
It's kind of dirty and filthy in there. It doesn't look like this room gets much use. I mean,
Okay.
the door was super sweet, but the room itself just seems really like a dungeon. That's kind of what it seems like. There's not even any windows, really. A couple holes in the wall
Okay.
pie.
I'll say for the time being, you're quite welcome to I don't know, like stretch your legs if you want, like take a walk around.
Van Tassel assured me it would be far safer to remain here until I gathered my senses.
Okay, well let me know if you need anything.
I will not.
Need anything or won't let me know?
Both.
Right. Okay. I'm gonna walk away now.
Okay.
Just kind of give him a look like, okay, bye.
You start walking away. And you kind of hear the door kind of close again after you get like a couple rooms away. It shuts again.
Alright.
That wasn't strange at all.
Nick and Alistair, you guys went upstairs. You found Aurelia in the master bedroom, thoroughly enjoying her new digs. Her sweet new bed. There is a small... The sitting room is actually a small office right off the bedroom. And the storage rooms through... they're right next to the bottom there. The two storage rooms are actually just full of documents and papers. Essentially just filing cabinets of just stuff.
I'm gonna be here forever.
Yeah, I mean, you already got like a pretty good feel for this guy's pretty anal about his notes and records. Yeah, so he's probably saved everything.
Yeah, I need his important documents, like his deeds and his
Businesses and all that.
yeah. So you need to start putting that. You need to start forging them.
Yeah, well, there is a large safe in one of the storage rooms.
Ooh. Haven't had much luck with safes.
You want me to crack this baby open?
I have the keys.
Come on, give me something to do.
Does it take keys or is it a combination?
It's a tumbler. It's a combination lock.
Alright. Fine, you can do it.
May I?
Lock picking.
All right. I want to boost it. I don't want to take a.
Get those fingers
All right.
nimble.
A second, let me find it and do.
19.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah, this is a pretty nice safe. It's not overly sophisticated, but it's pretty high end. You take a couple spins, and it takes you a while. But eventually, you hear that beautiful sound that every lockpicker loves. That click.
Chink.
Yep.
Ooh.
It's all the tumblers fall into place. You give the little crank a spin, and open up the.
And before I don't even open it, I back up and say, "Alistair."
Oh, what a gentleman!
May you do the honors.
Yeah, so I can get hit in the face with it on the trap.
Shut up.
It's a weird dude with a rifle in the safe.
God damn it! Anyway.
It's a horde of gobbers.
Oh,
No.
brothers.
They just pile out like a plague.
So my worst nightmare.
And they all
there's a
keep
rifle
talking
that's
about being
gonna
best
shoot
friends
you.
with you.
Whatever.
No.
Nah,
Yeah,
you
tell,
pull
what his
open the
fears
heavy
are.
safe door. And inside it's just piles of papers and documents, and as well as a small fortune in gold coins, other trinkets, some nice pocket watches, some jewels, some jewelry.
Now I'm gonna go walk off on my own, but before I leave the room, I'm gonna say, audibly enough for Alistair to hear, "This could be mine. You're welcome." And walk off.
You first off, you had your chance, and secondly, I think Aurelia's gonna beat you to it. She'll take it away from both of us.
Oh, trust me, if this was mine, I wouldn't have brought her along at all.
At that moment, you see Aurelia's head poke into the room. Ooh, what you guys doing?
Oh, fuck that.
There's just a bunch of documents. I'm leaving Alistair to it. I can't read.
I just block the safe, just like, hell no.
Both of you roll me deception, or lying, or whatever that. I think it's just deception, whatever it's called,
Why am I lying? I'm just saying she's no.
or at least Mick.
No.
It's just a bunch of papers, boring stuff.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go find some alcohol or something.
Yeah, she looks at you, Mick, and she goes, boring. And she turns around and
right?
leaves.
I look at Alistair and give him a smug look like, no.
I don't need your help.
You hear her call over her shoulder, like, "Do you think those steam jacks make food or what? We're gonna starve in here. I'm gonna go find the
let's
kitchen."
go find out. Let's go find out. Poof. Me and her are now BFFs.
Nice. You guys both go looking for the kitchen. Looking for the.
Now I got two idiots running around my house. And where's the third one go? When?
She's gotten herself into even bigger trouble.
Yeah.
She's uncovering your dear Manor's little secrets. A quick, just cursory glance over the contents. Like I said, it's a lot of money. You'll have to count it up later. It does seem to be this is where he keeps all the important documents. Quick flip through, probably where you'd find the deed and all the official paperwork for his businesses and all that kind of stuff.
Ownership of his businesses. Look at you, Alistair.
I gotta set that aside and start
Taking everything I could have had.
Yeah, you'll have to spend. Yeah, you'll have to spend a little solid block of time to actually go through all that stuff, and I can tell you more about what you find in there. But that was just kind of a quick look, like, yeah, jackpot. This is what I was looking for.
Yeah, we'll do that because it's gonna take a while to like forge all the documents into my name, make a believable oh, he's not dead, he's just gone and left everything to me.
So is this gonna be like a Weekend at Bernie's kind of thing? That'd be fun.
He's not here to be doing that. But
I thought maybe you're gonna just try to pretend to be Van Tassel.
Yeah, he's not pretend. I don't look anything like him. I'm not an elf.
No. I swear I'm Van Tassel.
I swear.
I just got my ears stubbed down a bit. That's the only difference.
Believe me.
I'm his illegitimate son.
Okay. So Nick and Aurelia have gone to look for food. Also, you found your stuff. What's your next step? Are you gonna start going through it, or are you still gonna look around for other things?
No, I gotta set that aside. We'll do that after I have the tour of the house.
Okay. So you.
What else we get into?
Okay. Josephine, what are you doing now that you've met a new friend? And left him locked in a room.
One of the other doors, because I'm like, fuck, if that was behind like that door, like what else is in here? I'm just gonna go to whatever doors, like the next closest one.
Yeah, it's only like a couple rooms away.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're still on the first floor. Okay. This is again another huge steel door. This one though doesn't have any rooms or anything magical on it. At least it doesn't seem to. What it has is a set of 3 keyholes and a very clear impression of a hand dead center.
You know what? I'm gonna leave that one alone.
Okay.
I'm just gonna move on to I guess the second floor and the next locked tower room.
Okay. As you go upstairs, the stairs, I believe, are in kind of bottom right of the house. So you end up kind of coming across Alistair as he's leaving his storage room, kind of passing through the sitting room, going wherever he's going.
Where did you sneak off to?
Shrug my shoulders. Just exploring, and I don't know. This is a big house. I'm surprised he lived here alone.
Alone. I swear he's been alone. I've seen no signs of people. That's for sure.
Yep.
Right. Yeah, it's weird that this big house and he has no servants other than those 2 steam jacks, and it costs like 500 gold a month to maintain this place.
Yeah, right?
It makes you think, like, what does he have here? Like, what has he been doing?
I shrug my shoulders. I'm like, I don't know. He was also orchestrating, like, the kidnapping of, like, a whole bunch of people. So, like, man.
That's true.
Okay, this guy was about. I said, if it's all the same to you, I'm just going to keep kind of exploring and looking around.
Yeah, I don't really know where to go. I mean, let's look around. Come on.
You guys start meandering towards... Go ahead.
No. Yeah, just meander towards that other tower room.
Okay. We'll say you go towards the next nearest one, which is at top right, second floor. Kind of wander that way. It's like a long hallway, and then there's just huge steel door. Again. Mm-hmm. This one... also has 3 keyholes in it. And dead center is a impression of a hand in the steel. However, this one, the handprint, it's awful dirty. Some kind of soot or something inside the handprint.
Great. I look at Alistair. I'm like, do you think that your keyring has the keys for this room too?
I kind of just like pull it out and just jingle it probably. There's a lot of keys on this
There's
thing.
a couple dozen keys.
Yeah.
It's like a janitor's key ring this guy's been carrying around. For all his locked treasures in the world.
Yeah. I look at Alistair. I'm like, do you want to try or?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, what's the harm?
Sort of thumbing through them, trying, just going. I'll just say you go for the first keyhole to try to find what key goes in there. Eventually, you find it. It turns and it clicks, and you hear the clang of some kind of lock disengaging. Nothing else happens. Pull out another one. Go for the second keyhole. Same thing happens. You eventually find the key. Something clangs open. Third one, the same thing, clangs open. And the door still remains shut.
Hesitantly put my hand in the hand pole print. And
you're dead.
No.
You turn to dust.
Yeah, you touch it. There's a little kind of like almost like a static shock, like it hits like all your fingertips, and then you get hit with lightning as lightning just bursts out of the center of this handprint.
Oh my god!
Hits you dead center of the chest.
Oh shit!
Let me roll some damage. This is gonna go against your armor. Oh, that's not what I wanted. 2, 6. Against your armor. Hits you, jazzes up your body, and then arcs from you to Josephine, hits her in the chest. That's against your armor, Josephine.
Yep.
Thank God Mick wasn't there. He would have died.
And then nothing.
Roll the die. Roll the damage.
Oh yeah, you gotta roll call.
Sorry. For Alistair, since he was first, and for Josephine.
Okay. Cool. Could have been worse.
Mm-hmm. Okay. You guys just got thoroughly fried. There's that scent of like electric charge in the air. Everything else is still, the door's still shut.
Just like I'll try to like stand up like, or just like, fuck.
Yeah.
It's like son of an emerald whore.
Kicks
A
the
little bad
door.
for stressing that now.
Yeah, it was like you just very bravely went up to like an exposed wire and just grabbed hold of it. Okay. So that happened.
You know what? I'm good. Maybe we don't need to know what's behind here yet. That's a problem for future us.
Sure.
Maybe Mick can blow the door open.
Ooh, just say
Put
the
that on the
word.
to-do list.
Okay. That is tomorrow us's problem.
Yep.
So you guys take a minute to smooth your frazzled hair out and dust yourselves off.
Yeah.
Riley and Mick, you've stumbled your way into the kitchen. It's a pretty large kitchen, fully decked out with all kinds of equipment and stuff, and a beautiful stove and a fireplace and an oven. And there's an attached pantry which is just piled high with all kinds of food. Kind of dried goods, kegs of stuff. Beyond that is the wine closet, which you might have already found before, you mentioned. Well, all kinds of various beverages. As you guys are just kind of staying there, like nothing's been prepared. And there's some dried goods you might be able to find in the pantry. As you're staying there, one of the robots, we'll just call them robots because that's what they most resemble, just slowly walks into the kitchen, and then stands in the middle and just kind of like looks at you, if as much as a robot can look.
He looks at Alistair's sister and says, "Say something to it."
She kind of like pushes past you and she stands up tall. She, like she's a little princess. She goes, "I demand a sandwich." And the robot just kind of stays there still for a moment, and then starts walking towards you guys and kind of just pushes walks right into her, really kind of pushes her out of the side, hits you, and continues into the pantry. Starts kind of moving in these motions and starts gathering up items of food and bringing them back into the kitchen. Opens up a drawer, retrieves a knife, starts cutting some bread.
Oh, it takes orders.
And Aurelia like goes up behind it as it's like kind of slowly and clumsily making the sandwich. And she like just kind of like runs her hand like over the back. She just, "Ooh, this is so sweet."
Mick's right there with her, like, I know. I'm gonna upgrade these so much they don't walk into people. That's step one.
Oh yes, do that. And she does. "Oh, my brother's gonna be so jealous of all this new stuff I have. This is great."
Mick just laughs and
I just love seeing him squirm.
yeah, but he takes it out on me, so please tone it down a little bit.
Okay, Josephine and Alistair, what you guys want to do now?
part of me wanted to say we tried the other door after this, but this wasn't so successful.
You could look at it.
I think I'm good now.
What do you want to do?
Yeah, is it the same one? Just the same
The only
handprint?
I'll assume you're talking about the other door on the second floor. That door is
Yeah.
identical to the one you were just at. Same thing, 3 keyholes. The handprint that's kind of sooty.
Hmm. We're gonna have to go get his dead body.
Assuming we can't think of anything else, yeah.
It's either we get his severed hand, or we blow it open. And I don't want to damage this house.
Mick would still prefer the latter option.
I sort of shrug my shoulders and I'm like, well, you know who that's a problem for? Future us. I like nod my head. I'm just like, yep.
Yeah, as Josephine's thinking in her head, like, first room I went to, I found a weird guy. He's still there. No one knows about. No, I just got shot.
And then I'm also thinking, I'm like, pretty sure I could get into that door if I touched it, though. Fuck.
Okay, I'll be thinking that too. You guys want to do anything else? You want to continue lazily exploring, or do you guys want to all meet up at some point?
Yeah, lazily exploring, maybe like going to the kitchen at some point for food purposes.
Okay.
Speaking of food purposes, I'm so hungry now that we're talking about sandwiches and food.
Do you guys want? Hey, do we want to take a quick little break, get food,
like
bathroom,
5
whatever?
minutes?
Yeah, let's do that.
Yeah.
Not a bad spot. We're just
Thank
kind
you.
of exploring. So let's take a brief 5 or so minute break. Come back.
All right.
Okay, so you guys all eventually meander, find your way down to the kitchen. Josephine,
hold on.
Go ahead.
Oh, before that.
Yeah.
Before we had just wandered to the kitchen,
Sure.
we're all hungry. Let's go see what those idiots are doing down there.
Uh-huh.
I had wanted to talk to Josephine.
No, by all means. You guys just got shocked together.
Yeah.
We're sitting on the floor.
Yeah. Dazed and confused.
We had checked the other door. And it's
said,
damn,
yep, same thing.
Let's
Let's not do that.
Yep.
It's good that I ran into you. I wanted to say something to you. I noticed back when we were fighting in the caves. Man, you suck at sword fighting.
Nice way to broach the subject.
I sort of I'm like, yeah, not really my forte. Sword is.
How the hell did you even become a cog? Do you even know how to handle a sword?
I know how to make it look like I somewhat can handle a sword. Like in short bursts. When people aren't looking too closely.
Then how did you survive this long?
I shrug my shoulders and I'm like, unusually good luck.
Right. And, we were fighting down there. I noticed that you're fighting the spider, and you completely missed it with your sword, but it still started to bleed. Like it just took a bunch of knives. Like that's really weird, right? Is that right?
I shrug my shoulder. I'm like, I don't know. Like combat's kind of hectic. Are you sure that Mitch or something didn't hit it at the same time?
Even if he did, it wouldn't have caused that amount of damage.
I'm like, well, it was
You don't know that.
half living being. I'm like, I don't know. Maybe it's faulty. Maybe the mechanics, once it actually was in combat, just kind of didn't really work out so well, and it kind of
All you do is ask Mick, and he'll know. Be like, "Nah, it was perfectly in good order."
What do you know about mechanical spiders?
Enough to tear him apart.
He just kind of looks at her for a second, and is just like, "Are you Wraithborn?"
It's so flat.
I look to the left, to the right. Is there room for me to run away?
I mean, it's a big house. You can just take off if you want. That wouldn't look guilty at anything. Just start sprinting.
Take a separate back. I'm like, well, I'm not Wraithborn.
Because that would make a lot of sense.
Why?
Why you're here, how you got that information from TAC, why the madam even told you in the first place, why you even working for her. She's probably got something on you, right?
I shrug my shoulders haha, who knows? Wow.
Well, it is what it is. To be honest, I really don't care.
I stopped backing away.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, I always found that whole law to be kind of stupid. I mean, don't get me wrong. I care very little about people as people. I see them more as a commodity and a resource to be used.
Well,
But,
speaking of resources,
She says, "Well."
I just put my hand on the ash-covered thing.
Okay, you going right for the door?
I'm really
Kill
hoping
them
that it opens.
Yeah.
They
And you get shocked again.
It's like,
Yeah,
Mick
I
and
just look
Alistair's sister walk upstairs to their burned, charred bodies.
kind of jump back. Wait, what are you doing? No, don't touch that.
yeah, because he knows he's gonna chain lightning on both of you. Yeah, you reach up, you put your hand in there, and it feels warm and tingly. You get those kind of static electricity shocks again. And then nothing. And the door starts sliding back into the wall. Starts opening.
I make like a like jazz hand sort of motion.
Ta-da! I'm an asset. Don't kill me.
Yeah, this door slides. A huge door. It slides open. You get a pretty, reasonably full view of the room, even from the hallway. This is again like plain stone, but it's a little bit nicer. From the doorway, what you see is just gray stone. You don't see any furniture, wall coverage, anything. But every surface in the room, walls, ceiling, floor, covered in markings. Looks like someone's gone in there and just drawn with like a charcoal pen on everything.
Well then.
And in the center of the room on the floor is a particularly large symbol. It's a symbol that you know, Josephine.
I'm assuming it's the...
Yes.
I immediately block the door and tell Alistair not to go into the room.
He just nods.
He's dumbfounded, like,
Oh boy, this is too.
What? It's like what the fuck has he been doing? This
Yeah.
is in his house. He's been doing.
And I say, okay, so on account of you not killing me, which, you know, thanks by the way, really would like to avoid dying, you know, until I'm, you know, like old and wrinkled and stuff like that.
I'd like to avoid dying until I die.
Yeah, I like to avoid dying until it's like my time. In like 80 years or something.
Until when someone hears the news of your death, the reaction isn't, "Oh, already so young."
So yeah, exactly.
You want to hear, "Oh, that's probably for the best."
Yeah.
That's what you want to hear.
So quick side note, Mike. I know that we never really built it into the game, but I remember at some point I was going to trade that extra spell or like my languages, and I never took for some cool ash based like shit, essentially, which we never designed. But I think we talked about that I could like do some pretty basic manipulation with it just from practice. Like, it doesn't really have any practical.
Yeah, but yeah, some full like telekinetic kind of thing where you can just kind of ash starts floating around. You could maybe form it into shapes or something, you know.
Yeah, something like that, or maybe I can like.
Ashball fight.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So that being said, I'm like, okay, we don't have time to go over it right now, but here's like the Cliff Notes version of a thing that you really should know. So important. And I point that, I'm like, that symbol there. Don't touch it. Maybe just don't even go near it. Just like stay very far away. That symbol ends up anywhere on you, or I'm worried if you touch it, I'm like, you just die. If you're not Wraithborn, you just...
It's like...
It's a very
important. Just one step back.
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, no.
I've survived a lot of things in my time, but I don't, you know.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that I'm immortal.
Yeah, and I'm like, anyone tries to like write it on your hand, or they try to grab you and write on you or something with ash, just like you punch them in the face like repeatedly so much.
He's gonna meet this king guy. He's gonna do it. He's just gonna start wailing on him.
Will do.
That being said, maybe let's just close this room.
You think the other room is the same then?
Well, we can go find out. Just maybe let me go first.
Okay.
Since you can open it.
Yeah. You go ahead.
That too.
Alistair hesitantly shuffles behind you. Mind probably slightly blown, maybe. The other identical door on the second floor is the same thing. You open the door, it's in the same way, and you see a similar room, scrawlings all over the place. This room is actually a couple pots kind of sitting around that look like clay little pots that look like they're just full of ash. And then there's just those shapes and stuff. And Some of it kind of look like it runes. Some of it like symbols that just scrawled over every surface. And again, that huge symbol in the middle on the floor.
Cool. Yeah, what the fuck was this guy doing?
I don't know. We'll never know.
Never know. He took his secrets to the grave.
Yeah.
Okay.
He might have it written down somewhere.
He's got a lot of. He saved like everything, so we got a lot of stuff to go through.
Okay, cool. Well, I will help with that then.
Well, now that that's all out in the open, how about we make a little deal?
Okay.
So, all you gotta do is just, not interfere with what I gotta do. Don't be a cog.
Don't be a cog. Don't do your job.
Don't do your job.
He's like slinging armor on his shoulder, and I was like, pro tip, not a cog because I care about the justice system. You just care about not dying due to being Wraithborn. So, keep your friends close and your enemies closer. Be very familiar with Wraithborn hunting.
That's a hunch, but that's a that was just kind of thought he probably for hiding in plain sight, but he didn't know. I don't know your sense of justice, I guess, how even if you were hiding in plain sight, I don't know your how your stance on crime or taking advantage of people.
I just figured I'd give you the Cliff Notes version of my career in law enforcement.
Yeah. Priority 1, don't let anyone find out that I'm Wraithborn. Priority 2, survive. End of list.
Yeah. Yeah, that's really the whole list right there. It's just try not to die.
Wow.
Yeah, it's not super exciting.
Well, oh well. So yeah, I won't say anything. It's not really. As I said, I really don't care. I really don't care who you are as long as you're useful.
Classic.
My shoulders. I'm fair enough. You can get those doors open on your own.
Speaking of useful, as we got that out of the way, that we are bond of silence, that we'll never speak of this to anybody.
Yep.
I have a proposition for you.
Indeed.
Well, as you might have already guessed, I do not plan to spend the rest of my life as this lowly, thief, and what's the kind word for it?
Errand boy?
No. Seller of stolen goods.
Oh, fence. I think you're looking for fence. I think that's the word you want.
Right. That. Well, I wasn't always like this. I had a future at one point. I was going to be, I kind of gestured like this, this was going to be me, pointing to the house, just all around.
Okay. Yep. But then
whatever the CEO of Sinderstorm, I can forget his fucking name.
Oh boy, me too. Hold on. I think it was Edwin. Cinderstorm was at least one of them. Write that down.
That sounds about right.
Yes.
Sounds like.
Oh no. It's run by Edwin Cinderstorm and his sons Garrig and Edwin II. Edwin is the father.
Mr. Edwin Cinderstorm had other ideas and decided to take my father's company by force. Tried doing it legally, and it didn't work. My father was less than forthcoming, and so he took it the only way he knows how. So kicked me and my sister to the street, and we're lucky enough to find people who could help us out and put us in a position that we are now, and not do what Mick does. We're lucky that we didn't end up like him.
Yeah.
Yep.
So
I'm glad I'm the bottom bar.
Yeah, pretty much.
Everything I do is to get myself back to that position. I wish to take what is rightfully mine and take what is also his and everything else. So, if you're serious about that, you join the cogs just for survival. How about you work with me then?
Hey,
You said survive.
He said with, not for. That's nice.
Yeah, that's better than I'm gonna get.
And then it's just like you can see this grin spreading on my face, and I'm like, hell yeah.
It's like I'm aiming for the top, and I mean the top. A wish to control the majority of the economy in this city. And how else?
Yeah, which Cinderstorm pretty much does. So.
Yeah.
So, how be safe when you're at the at the top, when you're above everybody else. Nobody can touch you.
I like the way that sounds. I like reach my hand out to shake on my partners then. Let's aim for some actual camaraderie here instead of the bitchy, sarcastic bond we've sort of forged so far.
Well, you can call it whatever you like, but just know that it's my dream and my decision. I make the decisions. Just a little, and then I shake. Just gotta hammer the point home.
I shrugged my shoulders and I was like, it's cool, bro. And I'm like, but if you fuck me over, and then I twiddle my fingers and make some ash appear, I'm like,
nice.
Better wave goodbye.
That's what I was hoping for.
Well, just make sure you're useful until the day you die.
This is great. You know what? This actually works for me.
Okay. Beautiful. I have to imagine that Josephine maybe feels good about, letting someone know about really what's going on.
Yeah.
Even if it's just Alistair who just wants to use and abuse everyone. I don't know how Alistair feels about someone, another powerful figure being so close to him, but
whatever.
Just to that. Okay, so you can have that nice conversation. You check out those rooms. Eventually, the doors just kind of seem to close by themselves. I'll assume you don't mention the other two rooms downstairs, Josephine. They were sticking.
I'm gonna wait.
Okay.
I am at some point, just maybe not yet.
Okay, so we're just stick to what you guys actually talked about. Eventually, you shake, you new friends and business partners, whatever Alistair wants to call it, and you find your way downstairs. Eventually, you follow the sounds. You kind of want to figure out. Mick and Aurelia have been gone for a while, so you probably got to figure out what they're up to.
A little concerned.
Yeah, Mick's trouble by himself, and Aurelia, when she's in this kind of mind state, you don't know what she could be up to. Also, you probably imagine she's out front, painting Aurelia's house on the front of the mansion. It's hard to say at this point. So you just kind of, you wander down.
I claim this. This.
There's little post-its on everything in the house. You walk by, it just says mine. It's all over the place.
Just a little, she's got a label maker, a little label mine.
She has a stamp. She just carries with her stamp.
There's a dirty bucket that got left behind the corner somewhere, and she's labeled that Alistair's.
Alistair's.
Here's your bucket. So you follow the sounds of the house, and you find your way into the kitchen. Mickey, you can kind of tell me how we find you, but we find Aurelia just sitting at kind of a butcher block table, all the way most of the way through a sandwich. She's had the robot go and get her other things, so now the robot just keeps coming out. There's just putting just all these food items around on this kind of center island, and she's just eating mouthfuls of food, taking swigs of whatever she's drinking.
I imagine Mick being on top of the robot's shoulders, eating some
beautiful
food, kind of observing
this.
it.
So Josephine, also you walk in on this. Aurelia's at the top. She's just stuffing her face. There's food all over the place. Mick's on the shoulders of this robot. The robot doesn't even seem to notice. It's just kind of slowly going about its business, putting some food around. Then it kind of goes over and it throws some stuff in a bin. And kind of wipes down a counter very slowly. Aurelia looks up at you, Alistair, as you come in. She's a mouthful of food. And, this place is awesome.
Classy.
And she's just shrugs. It'll clean up.
No, I'm talking about you with the mouthful. How about you swallow first?
She chews and swallows and takes a swig of something out of a glass. And she's so, brother, and she kind of makes a show of brushing off crumbs and straightening her gown, sitting up a little bit straighter. How did you enjoy my new mansion? It's nice, isn't it? It'll take a little bit of getting used to, I think. Especially these robot servants. Perhaps I'll have my maid and doorman come along too. It'll be nice to have some true people around, but I'll get used to it. I don't imagine I have to pay the robots, do I? No, of course I don't.
Well,
you didn't touch anything, did you?
Sister, I would say it's very hard for this to be your mansion when the deed is not in your name.
Deed Schmied. Think the house I live in now is in my name? That doesn't matter.
Yes, but this is already previously owned, and this guy was kind of well known around these parts.
So if he turns up to be a chick,
so if he never shows up again, people are gonna start to worry about that.
She rolls her eyes and says, "You don't think I can handle that? I've been the blind bro how many years looking out for myself? Besides, you don't want this dusty old place. Tell you what, I'll let you rent out my old place. I only stop by once in a while, get some things, and then you can just... I'll cut you a pretty good deal on it."
You are out of your damn mind. There's no way I'm giving you anything.
I instruct the robot to bring Alistair a sandwich.
It slowly starts bringing a sandwich over.
When you get like this, I was gonna be nice. In all fairness, I was gonna be nice, and we could have shared. This place is huge. I wouldn't even be living here anyway. I got other shit to do. But the way you're acting now, I want nothing to do with it. I want nothing to do with you. I want nothing to do with your attitude. I want nothing to do with anything. So when you're finished, go home. To your real home.
Don't go breaking my heart.
She kind of just stares at you and bristles a little bit and stands up off the stool and makes a show of buying time by straightening out her dress and adjusting herself and looking everywhere but you. And then she stands up straight. She walks towards you. She kind of stops next to you, shoulder to shoulder. Says, "Don't think for a moment I will forget this, dear brother. You do not know. You do not have any idea who you're messing with."
There was a time when we were a team. We always looked out for each other.
We both know you have only ever looked out for yourself, Alistair.
And you know that's bullshit. You're the only family I have.
And you really should have been a little nicer to me, then shouldn't you have?
God damn it, this isn't a game here. Can't just go claiming what's not yours.
Isn't that what you do?
That's exactly how we lost everything.
No, we lost everything because Dad did not have a backbone. Like I do. I'm beginning to think that you're just the same.
How do I not have a backbone? I'm the only reason you're even here.
Please.
No. You're the one. Let's go back through the chain of events here. You're the one who asked me to rescue your friends. So I courteously went and offered my services to the madam free of charge. Now, I would never have done this for anybody else. I'm going to explain this to you. All right? So listen up. Go. I jumped through literal 100 hoops to find the information. Save your ass when your house gets invaded. By the way, remember that? And we find where where this group of people is located. We go down there. We go through just wade through that shit. Spiders, like stupid mole people, giant worms, metal spiders. I got, how many times I lost count at the amount of times that I've got shot, stabbed, and bitten that day. And I wasn't even expecting to find your friends, right? And we did. We found them. By what luck we did. And brought them back. And things happen. So don't ever say that I don't care.
This whole time she's just been staring at you, eyeballing you, frowning. She doesn't say anything. She just slowly reaches over to the counter next to her. She's still standing shoulder to shoulder to you. She slowly pushes off a nice vase so it breaks on the floor. And then she storms out of the house.
You never find a husband if you act like that.
You just hear when the doors slam and something else break.
Wow.
The robot slowly walks right in front of you, Alistair, brushing up against you, and starts slowly picking up the pieces of the vase. Mick's still on his shoulders.
I jump off the robot that I have dubbed Arnold.
Okay, you jump off Arnold.
Oh, I've already named both the robots, don't worry.
Okay, we'll wait on the
What's
other
the other
name.
one?
Oh, the other name's Bartholomew.
Oh, nice. I like that. I like that. I was just thinking the same thing. I'm like, we have to name these guys.
Well, as much as I don't want to be part of this family feud, I really think you two should make up.
I like that. Immediately after the fight, Mick's just hug it out, man.
I grab Nick aside, and I'm like, it's been 30 seconds. Here's what you can probably do to actually help. Where's the wine cellar?
There's a wine closet past the pantry right over there.
I don't think getting her drunk is a good idea.
She was violent last time. Let's not.
No, she's
Actually,
Aurelia's already gone.
out.
It was for you, Alistair, but I mean, if you don't want it, that's cool too.
For what? I'm just never mind.
I try to walk into the wine cellar. I'm like, well, I want one.
Just forget it.
Okay.
I don't know. He's just like doesn't even know what to do.
I mean, personally, I think you both were mature about that.
I grab the wine. I'm like hightailing it out of there. Like I want no part of whatever.
I love that like Mick sees this like pretty bitter family fight, and then immediately after it's over, he just like kicks up his feet and says, "All right, let's talk this out, bro. This is what you did wrong."
I don't know why you think you're gonna give me advice about how to handle my own sister.
Well, first of all, I know you, and you like to get things right, get things done as easily as possible. Correct?
I just like to get things done. I always finish what I start.
Well, what better way than to have your sister here helping out?
She's not gonna help out. You see how she got? She's claiming everything. She's acting like a spoiled princess.
I admit that's why I thought she was immature, but I also thought you were immature for just shutting her down and not immediately saying, "Hey, let's share."
I did say let's share, but she was acting that way.
You gave her no choice, though.
And I want to know. What do you mean?
I imagine like Josephine's like sitting in the wine closet, just like rolls her eyes, grabs another bottle. Like, all right, I guess this is for me now.
Yep.
You said, and I quote, "I was going to share, but the way you're acting, I will not anymore. That's a done deal then." You could have said, if you straighten up, act a little more mature, we can share it. That would have, that might have solved everything.
Maybe, or she might have not listened to that.
Well, if she didn't listen to that, then I would have had no problem with you.
She's unpredictable.
Kicking her out, I guess, but yeah, you're just as unpredictable, though.
Really? You're surprised at this?
I'm not surprised. I'm stating it.
Being unpredictable is what kept me alive for so long.
And how do you think she's been staying alive, too?
I don't want to think about that.
Doing what she has to. You get her here and you both share it. She doesn't have to do all that anymore. Get what I'm saying? I mean, I don't think she's left yet. I'm pretty sure Cliff won't let her on the boat. You can still make up.
Damn it. Just leave the room. Just go find her.
Okay.
Mick goes into the wine closet, exhales, and he's like, "Oh my god, I thought I was gonna get shot."
I did it.
So did
Takes a bottle of wine and starts chugging it like, "Oh my god."
I almost died.
I survived.
All right. So Alistair, you wander outside. You heard her go out the back door the same way you guys came in. You go outside. Cliff and his crew are there. They're working on the boat, cleaning it and doing some minor repairs. Aurelia's sitting in the grass nearby, pouting, picking at blades of grass.
Just kind of walk over and sit right next to her.
She doesn't look up. She says, "Tell your stupid boat guy that I can get on the ship and you take me home. Listen to me."
Well, you know how you get when you see things you like. You're just like I am.
Same way you get, yeah.
I know that's a beautiful problem of Alistair and really they're like the same person.
You don't want to let it go.
She just kind of shrugs.
Remember back when we were kids and we moved into that new house and we had a fight on who was going to get the nicer room.
She kind of fights a smile at that and kind of wrestles it back down to a frown. But then she says, "Yeah, and I remember who won too."
Wow. I do care. I just want you to know that. I wasn't, there's no bullshit. When those guys broke in and, I heard them in your room and, I feared you were in danger. I just ran, try to get to you.
She smiles again at this. It's just, you were always in more trouble than I was, but thanks. I care too.
Well, how about this? We're both, what's the word? Savvy business people.
She goes, "Oh, I was going to say stunningly attractive, but go on."
That too, but we know how to make deals. That was that's how we were raised, after all. Business.
She nods. And she goes, "Oh, and sorry what I said about Dad. I didn't mean that. I just miss him."
It's all right. Well, as it turns out, I'm going to need. It's gonna be a long process to get this house and, well, all of Mr. Weatherman's properties turned over to the new owner. So I would like you to help me with that.
Sure.
I would like us to be a team, like we always should have been.
She kind of frowns at you and says, that looks a little bit leery. She says, "I'm not taking orders from you."
You wouldn't even listen to me anyway.
Of course not, but I don't want to hear the orders in the first place.
Well, I've got a great plan for the future, and we'll come inside and we can talk about it.
She stands up and drops the grass she was picking and brushes her hands off. She says, "Fine. I'm not cleaning up my mess, though. Make Mick do it." She starts walking. She starts walking away.
Are you kidding? We have robot servants.
And she just yells over her shoulder and said, "Remember, you just said we."
Yeah.
She kind of skips on ahead of you. The other two of you in the kitchen, you hear the back door open again, and then you hear Aurelia's voice call. You hear her shout, like just bellow as loud as you can, "Welcome to Parsons Manor!"
Makes sense.
I come out of the wine closet holding many bottles of wine.
Yes.
Yeah, it's a celebration.
It's just like the closet door just like boosts over, just like, yeah, You were in there the whole time.
Yeah.
We were still in the wine closet.
Probably like,
drinking in
there's
silence.
two of them now.
Anyway, let's go somewhere nicer. I'm sure there's a nicer part of the house so we can sit and talk about this.
Sure. You go up to the nice, the sitting room / office. Go hang out in the cocktail room, which is used for entertaining. Smack dab between the two towers.
Yeah, sure. We haven't been in. Well, We kind of did. We didn't really look around, I guess.
Oh. Okay. Are you leaving Josephine and Mick in the closet?
They can do whatever they want. They can do whatever they want. I'm not really.
Okay. So Alistair and Aurelia, you
Yeah,
head upstairs to continue your conversation. Josephine and Mick, what are you guys doing? You've heard Aurelia and Alistair come back in.
It seems like they're having like a private family moment. So depending on what time of day is it at this point.
I mean,
after all these boards, is it like dinner time? Maybe.
Yeah, it's got to be at least.
At least, yeah. Depending on how late it is, it's just like drink, have some dinner, claim a bedroom.
I like that.
Claim a bedroom. Never
Arnold,
mind.
Arnold, make us dinner.
Yes, Arnold, Bartholomew.
Yeah, Alistair and Aurelia, they kind of half make up and go up to talk business and maybe some serious things. And downstairs, Josephine and Mick are just like popping corks of champagne. The robots are just bringing them food. They're like montage, like cut to them like bouncing on beds and.
Gotta run out of food.
So Alistair and Aurelia, you head up to the whatever cocktail room, wherever you want to go.
Yeah, I don't know. Ooh, let's go to the office, I guess.
Okay.
More professional.
Maybe a little bit more private, sure.
All right. Well, just have a seat.
Okay. She sits down as well and kind of looks at you like. So, what now, brother? And remember, you're not giving me orders.
Don't worry about that.
Well, hold on. So, I get the big bedroom, right? You can share one with Mick. He's small.
I ain't sharing a room. I'll sleep in the servant quarter of the workshop.
We'll get to that later.
Fine.
We'll get to the dividing of the house and the property later.
We'll skip the important stuff, why don't we?
Whatever. Your priorities are weird. Anyway. Well, I'm sure you haven't planned on doing, well, you know, what you do for the rest of your life.
She kind of like gives you a look like, look, I know you don't approve of what I do. Not as bad as you think.
I've never once criticized what you do or ever told you what to do. But I will not talk about it. You are my sister and my family, and I will not talk about that with you.
Just fine.
He doesn't want any of the juicy details.
No.
And then she says, fine, well, sure, yeah, I thought about other stuff, but I don't know, I got it pretty good.
Well, I've never really wanted this to be my life for the rest of my life. I've always had, ever since we got into this mess, I always thought of a way to get out. And it just so happens that now a door has been opened, and now we can go forward with this.
She looks at you like, and?
No, just what is with you people? Just like, there's no sense of like, whatever, theatrics.
You know Aurelia gets bored easily.
It's like just all of you mistresses, just like cut to the point. And you're in the sex business. You figure foreplay would be your specialty.
She says, hey, you're way more than just sex, mister.
Whatever.
Thought you didn't want to talk about it.
Talk about the juicy details. She's trying to be polite, but whatever.
But she says,
anyway.
She says, well, what? Am I being paid for this? If not, I don't care. Let's cut to the good stuff.
God, how are we related again? Anyway. I plan to take back Ashford Industries and take Cinderstorm away from those asshats that put us here.
She like rolls her eyes and says, "Sure." And I would like a flying carpet and a bank that never goes broke, endless wine, handsome men and women that will wait on my every women desire, and this house.
Well, you already got the house. Well, I didn't say it was going to happen right away. We need a lot of money for that to happen. Take over businesses and the such. Recruit people. Also, I plan to do away with my boss and replace him.
She looks intrigued at that,
As
like,
well
whoa, what?
As well as your boss.
And that she starts and almost like looks like she almost gets a little bit panicked, like, whoa, 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 whoa. Crazy? Look, I mean, taking back the family name and all that, that's all fine and dandy. Yeah, it sounds real good. Talking about going after the madame? Shoot, if you wanted to die, just ask me, I'll stick you.
Well, of course it wouldn't happen as we are now. But it can be done.
I don't think it can.
What? She's only flesh and blood.
Really, just kind of like, she gets up and she like starts pacing. Says, look, we're a we now, I guess, or whatever. But I'm not going after the madame. Crazy.
Look, you don't have to think about that right now. That's not going to be. That'll be, a long time. This is going to take a lot of time, a lot of effort, a lot of money, and manpower.
She looks at you and says, you mean woman power?
Sure. Whatever makes you happy. But we'll deal with that when we get there.
She says, she asks, she plops down again, almost acts like she's like just bored all of a sudden again. Says, well, what do we do first then? And don't tell me step one's take over the world.
No.
You never did have the most realistic goals.
That's step 2.
That's like step 10. No, I world domination, really? No, that's too much work. Just the city is fine.
Let's hope you don't turn out like Robert. Become king for a day.
I wouldn't be king. I wouldn't be king though. I'm not looking for government power. Yeah. Looking for economic power.
Rayleigh, she rolls her hand in the air. She says, well, I mean, so what do we do?
Well, I would say step 1 the best option we got is we have to cement our position here. We have to make sure that, this house, all the businesses, everything is, for us, and nobody is around, nobody is going to be poking around asking questions of where did this guy disappear to?
She goes, ugh, that sounds boring.
Well, I'll handle that. You can be the face if you want. I honestly am not very good with people.
That's an understatement.
they're just so annoying. Like just with their needs and their wants, and they're just like, "Whoa, you can't do that. That's not fair." Like, well, too bad. But I want it.
As you were just complaining about needs and wants.
She just goes, "Oh, Alistair, you are so naive."
Oh, you have a better idea?
Nothing I'd like to share at the moment, no.
Well, what the hell? I laid out all my cards on the table. Hell, even when after we got rid of the madam, I was gonna make you the fucking boss.
Yeah, and she like shakes her like, whoa, nuh-uh, no. And she says, well, you asked me to spare you the juicy details.
Really?
She like sits up straight like, what? I happen to know a couple high-powered officials.
Know them as in you have them in your pocket? They'll do whatever you want?
Something like that. Someone's in someone's pocket. Sometimes it's hard to tell.
I knew that was coming.
Well. Whatever. Well, do we have a deal then? Gonna move forward on this?
She like walks towards you and says, I suppose. Like holds out her hand like she wants to shake it. But she kind of pulls it back last second and she goes, but I get the big bedroom, right?
I'm probably not even gonna spend too much time here anyway. Like I said. I wasn't joking about that. You know, I do have a house in the lower district, and I never even spent too much time there. I was always at work.
She just kind of shrugs and goes, oof, fantastic. She walks, like the big bedroom's like, you know, adjoining the office you're in. She opens the door and she walks in, says, have one of those robot things bring me some breakfast in the morning. And she like just shuts the door. I was like in your face.
I don't really know how those work. Maybe you have to just tell them.
Give me he'll know how they work.
That could have went better.
I think it went as best as it could.
Yeah, but she wasn't too thrilled about that whole killing the madam part.
Because she doesn't believe you can.
Well, no, if you don't try.
You can't expect to ask any mistress, really, that's in their right mind to, you know, go after the madame. Okay, so Rayla's just, I mean, you hear like a little lock click in the bedroom door, too. That was kind of her way
wait, there's a...
Go ahead.
Wait,
That's where the documents are.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yes, they are.
You have the key still.
You do.
Yeah, I do. Oh, I guess we're pulling an all-nighter tonight.
Rolls up his sleeves.
Okay.
Anyway. Yeah,
So,
we gotta... I'm going in there.
okay, so you fish out your janitor keys, and finally it takes you like 13 tries, 14 tries, you finally find the right one. Unlocks the door, and you open it. Bedroom's empty.
She's in the safe.
But look at in the storage room.
You go through the dressing room, the storage room. She's not in there. Roll me a perception. protection. Sorry.
I knew it was going to be an 11.
Well, it's not bad. It's kind of middle of the road.
That's his best number is an 11.
Yeah, you don't see any signs of your sister, even though you just saw her 60, 75 seconds ago. You're also half sure that some of the valuables in the safe are missing. Like some of the jewelry, some of the watches.
Kind of don't know what to do.
Okay. Josephine, Mick, what are your plans for the rest of this evening?
Well,
don't really have any.
Mick,
That's fun.
he saw the seamstress workshop. That's for like clothes, right?
Yep. Yeah, it seemed
He
like
wants some new garbs.
Yep, you go in there. It's pretty. Yeah, it looks like that's a room that Van Tassel probably used for like prototypes and stuff. Like it looks like he wasn't just the owner of the company, but he actually had some expertise with actual fashion and stuff. So there's mannequins and stuff, half completed dresses and suits and shirts and stuff all over the place, and a fair number of finished products, probably one of a kind.
Mick wants to look for something his size.
Okay. Yeah, after enough time, you find something. You find some stuff your size. He's got,
oh my god! Finally,
an
out
array
of
of
his
things.
rag.
Yep. Yeah, there's. I mean, all sides. I mean, it's a company's got to sell to everyone. So, I mean, you find huge stuff, wide stuff, tall stuff, thin stuff, gobber size stuff.
Oh, he's gonna wear the fanciest gobber size things he can get.
Yeah.
He just wants to look better. He's in the upper district now.
Yeah, I mean, you could put together a pretty nice looking little number.
That's exactly what he's gonna do.
Mixed looking sharp. What else are you doing?
After that, I mean, he's probably gonna check out the servants' quarters.
Okay.
Or the workshop and whatnot.
You can call it the workshop. That's fine. Sure. So you get your nice clothes on. You figure, okay, now's a good time. Things have settled down. I'm fed. I'm maybe still tipsy. I'm looking good. Let's go check out sweet new workshop. A lot of equipment and stuff in there. You can find some bits and pieces of, maybe a partially finished arm. Of like that it would go to a robot, like replacement parts and stuff like that. As well as coal and some small engine parts. Most is pretty. I mean, it's more advanced stuff, more advanced tools and pieces of stuff, but pretty rudimentary kind of workshop to repair and maintain robots. Not a ton of space. It doesn't look like you can. Doesn't look like it's used to like create things from the ground up, but kind of like a repair station. In the back corner, however, of the workshop, just standing in the corner appears to be another third mechanical figure of some sort. This one, it almost looks closer to like a suit of armor. It's all armor plating. There are barbed blades sticking out like every different direction all over this thing. This thing has like its head looks a little bit more, and it's kind of got almost got like eye slots, and almost looks like a plate mail helmet. It too has like horns and stuff like sticking off of it, and it's just standing in the corner.
So it looks like it's just a giant full set of armor.
That's kind of what it looks like. You can examine it a little bit more closely.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was going to do. Examine it, see if it is mechanical or if it's just armor.
Roll me mechanical engineering. Yeah, it's not an empty suit of armor. This is some sort of mechanical device, some sort of steam jack, perhaps. You can kind of see where the gaps in this armor plating is, and like these weird blades are everywhere. You can see the cables and parts of that would make up a normal steam jack.
Does it look like it's finished or that it's partially finished?
As close as you can tell, it looks finished, other than you don't see any power source to it. all steam jets, they're steam powered. In this world they use very efficient, coal powered steam engines. They're very small and compact, but they're still there. Even the two robots, on the house, as they walk around, you can kind of hear the hum and little puffs of steam out the back of them every once in a while. You don't seem to, you can't find a power source on this guy.
Hmm.
You don't see like a hole, like where it's missing. It doesn't seem to be one.
Hmm. That's caught my interest. I'm gonna see if I could take it apart a little bit.
Okay. Roll me mechanical engineering and tell me kind of where you're going at it.
Well, I'm gonna
15,
start
that's
with I'm gonna start with like, I'm sure there's tools laying around here,
Oh, yeah.
but like I want to start with like the head.
Okay.
Take that apart, try to get a better look inside, see what's going on.
Sure. Okay, so
Pretty
you
much
have to-
from the head down.
Okay. You gotta bring over like a little step stool ladder thing. You get yourself some tools and you climb up there so you're kind of level with this thing. 'Cause, I mean, we'll say it's like normal human height, maybe 6'5", maybe, but
Yeah, 6
obviously you
foot,
got you're short. So you get up there, you get your tools. You bring your tool up, you just touch the front face mesh. You're going for you see some bolts and stuff. You go for the first one, and immediately the arm springs up and grabs you right by the throat. Lifts you clean off the ladder. And it steps away from the wall, holding you like at arm's length.
If I still have the tool on me, I'm gonna try and take apart its arm. Get any screws unloosed.
Roll me a mechanical engineering. As it holds you, like its head cocks to the side. It looking at you. Yeah, you start like trying to just go at it, find some bolts, just break it apart. And it just, as soon as you start doing that, it just flings you aside, just tosses you into like the middle of the room. And it takes a couple steps towards you, and it holds up his arms, and there's just like blades all over this thing. And you start to see.
I order you to stand down.
You see kind of some like a dull light kind of light up, in the eye slots, in the mouth slot of this kind of helmet-looking thing. It takes a step closer to you, and it kind of leans over, and it kind of points at you and says, "You do not command me."
Oh my god, you can talk. This is the most amazing thing I've ever seen. Who built you? Because he's not even care. He's not in a life or death situation anymore.
Okay. It doesn't respond.
Who commands you?
Doesn't respond. It stands up straight, and it slowly turns around and walks back to its corner. Turns around again.
Mick's gonna keep trying to talk to it. It spoke.
Okay.
He's gonna So you don't mind if I see how you tick, huh? As I take a step closer.
Okay. Doesn't respond.
I'm gonna prepare myself because I'm getting on it. I get back on the ladder near him.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna see if those eyes are still glowing.
No.
No.
It seems to be just as it was before you first walked in.
All right, I'm gonna get off the ladder and I'm gonna touch his foot and back away quickly.
Nothing happens.
See if anything. Nothing. I'm gonna look for the closest person I can to show them this.
Josephine, where are you hanging out?
I don't know. My only plan was to drink and have some dinner and maybe just go to bed.
Okay. Josephine.
There aren't the rest of the day anymore.
Okay. So, Josephine's upstairs. She's found a bedroom somewhere. Go up to her. Alistair, he's upstairs as well. You're not really sure what he's doing. Last you saw, he was going upstairs to see Aurelia. Doesn't seem to be anyone around the first floor except for the two robots that are cleaning up the kitchen.
Okay.
Well, all right. Since I only see the two robots, I'm going to ask one of the robots to. Is there only one door to the workshop?
Yes.
Okay, I
Well,
couldn't
no,
tell
no,
because of the
there's
black.
two. There's two. One goes in the laundry room. One goes into the hallway, outside the kitchen.
Oh well, yeah. No, I meant like down into the hallway outside. All that whatnot. I'm gonna ask or order really one of the robots to stand in front of the door, just to make sure that like nothing happens. I guess.
In the door to the workshop.
Yes.
Neither of the robots respond to you.
Hmm.
You keep cleaning up.
Not even a robot wants to respond to me. All right. Well, I'm gonna ignore them then. Go upstairs, and I guess looks for Josephine. I'm still afraid Alistair's gonna shoot me.
Okay. Josephine, do you lock your bedroom door when you go to sleep?
Probably not.
Mick's not gonna knock. I'm telling you that much.
That's fine. Okay, so you find Josephine in one of the bedrooms, passed out in one of the beds.
Fuck. I'm a little too nice to do that. All right, I'm gonna look for Alistair then.
Okay. You eventually find him standing in the storage room still, just staring at an open safe.
Hey, Alistair.
Doesn't answer.
I found something you might enjoy quite a bit.
Doesn't look at you. He just keeps staring forward.
How would you like your own personal robotic assassin?
Still doesn't answer.
Everyone's dead in here. What the fuck?
I love it. Makes like I found the coolest thing ever. No one will pay attention to me.
He says, "Screw it." Goes back down into the room. Then the workshop.
It's like there's only one way out.
Okay. Also, you can juggle with that. Make your way back down into the workshop. That thing's gone. The two robots are still cleaning up the kitchen. They're just about done. They're just polishing the countertops. The thing with all the blades and knives is gone.
I will vigorously check every room on the bottom floor. Every single nook and cranny.
Roll me investigation. Or detection if you want.
What
do you think is better for you?
Perception and what was detection? You said?
Or detection.
Both
kind of be used
they're
for
both
looking
perception.
I thought one was intellect, one was...
No, they're both perception. I'll do detection.
Okay. You don't find it. You don't see any sign of it. At this point, the two robots have finished cleaning up the kitchen. They've gone back to the workshop, and they're just sitting in chairs that look like they were meant for it.
I'm gonna start looking around the outside property, like the around the house, I guess, like the entirety of the property.
Okay.
I'm not checking upstairs yet. I don't want to bother Alistair.
Yeah, that's fine. Roll me again, detection or investigation, whatever you want.
Oh, that's even worse.
Yeah. Yeah, it's dark now. It's nighttime. Sun's set long ago during your frantic search. You look around. You're looking under bushes, in the corners of the house. You're looking around the whole grounds.
Picking up a pebble or two, looking under them.
Yep. You don't see it. You're not seeing any footprints or anything.
Oh.
Something does catch your eye, though. You sense a little bit of movement. You look up. You're outside, and on the outside of one of the towers, in the corner of this mansion, there seems to be some kind of shadowy shape fixed to it, scuttling around.
On the outside of the tower?
On the outside. And as you kind of stop, you're looking, and you kind of just glance up because you saw movement. It stops too.
I'm gonna stare at it.
You're not sure if it's looking at you or not, but after a minute you just hear like a and roll me another.
Right back at it.
Roll me another detection.
Protection.
You hear movement behind you.
Oh, I'm going to jump forward as far as possible, spin around, and pull out my pistol.
Okay. No, we don't do acrobatics anymore. Agility.
I was gonna say there is the agility thing that I've been using.
Yeah, I guess that's what we did before. Yeah. Okay, roll me agility.
All right.
Wow, beautiful.
Oh, that is a perfect crit.
Yeah, you like leap forward, turn, somersault, pistol out. You land softly, sitting, pistol aimed. Another similar looking creature has just like stepped out from a bush behind you. Now it's really elongated limbs. They're really kind of thin. It's kind of hunched over. It looks solid enough. Kind of got dark kind of skin. You see some teeth, some claws.
I'm gonna slowly start backing up towards the entrance, whichever entrance, the front or back, that I'm closest to.
Okay. I mean, there are a number of doors around the house, but yeah, the closest door.
Yeah, the closest door, just so I can get in and acquire Alistair and Josephine.
Okay.
That is my main objective.
Roll me speed.
Speed.
Oh my gosh, look at this guy.
Another perfect crit.
He is a nighttime gobber ninja. After your immediate turnaround, spin, pistol out, ready to fight, you quickly assess the situation, realize you need backup, spring to your feet, and before anyone can even blink, you just into the closest door, slam it behind you.
I'm gonna run through the house yelling, Alistair, Josephine!
Speeding through the house, shrieking. You fly upstairs. Alistair, you hear it. Josephine, after a couple moments, you hear. I mean, you haven't been asleep that long. You hear the distant shouting and commotion.
I will go investigate.
Okay. You step bleary-eyed out of your room. Mick's running around, calling your names.
Guess to go see what he wants.
Okay. You go out to him. Yeah, Mick's out in the hallway. He's just... Josephine and Alistair, they come out and they see you, Mick.
As soon as I see them, I boom right in front of them and I tell them two things. One, like, I don't make full sense. I just say, giant bladed robot, evil shadows.
Okay, that's what you get.
Yeah? Well, Aurelia's gone and she stole half my shit.
I don't think that was her. I was just... Okay, let me calm down a second. Whew. Alright. I'll start from the beginning. Real quick. I found a bladed robot. It's covered in blades. It's alive and talks. That's what I came to show you guys. I went back. It's gone. I go outside looking for it. I could only describe them as evil shadows because that's what they are. One was climbing on, I guess, one of those towers that we haven't been in yet. And the other one was behind me. There's more than one. I'm freaking out right now.
How much did you have to drink tonight?
A lot.
A lot.
Just look at Josephine, like, if you're really, we're gonna do this now?
I just shrug my shoulders like, ugh.
I'm not kidding, guys. Please.
Like, we're here, we might as well.
Fine. I need something to take out my aggression on anyway.
Okay. So
I'm gonna go to the private balcony first.
Okay, sure.
See around.
Okay, yeah, okay. You go to the balcony, you get a view of the one tower I was actually climbing on. You go out to the balcony. I'll assume Josephine, also you kind of go with him, get your stuff. Roll me detection, Mick. The other two can too as well. If you're interested.
Damn it.
Spidey senses are tingling.
Mick, Alistair, it's a calm, beautiful, clear night. Moon's out. Slight breeze. No sign of any shadowy creatures.
No whales of the damned either.
Oh, yeah, I don't see anything.
No bladed robots. You can hear some crickets chirping.
I look down towards the ground like, are they down there too?
Look over, nothing down there. Well, you look over, you see some movement. It's just rabbit darts off and disappears underneath the bush.
I look back at both of them and I say, I swear to the gods above, I am not lying. Look, I'll show you where the bladed robot was. And I like grab their hands like a child and start leading them.
Poor little Mix has some night terrors. Are you two gonna go along with them?
Sure.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. All three of you head back down to. He leads you into the workshop. You see the two. You see Bart and Arnold sitting there in their chairs, kind of look apparently shut down for the night. You could guess, sitting in chairs upright. You don't see anything else. You see tools and equipment lying around.
I go to where the robot was and stand exactly where it was and say, this is exactly where it was. I have the ladder here. I was going to see what was up with it. And I can't say it attacked me. It just choked me and threw me. But it disappeared. We need to find that. We need to know what these shadow creatures are. Come outside. I'll show you. I feel like Mick's going insane.
I just look at Josephine. I'm like, really? Really? Are we really doing this right now?
I love this. After
There's
all Josephine and
people in
Alistair have
world.
been through tonight, they now have to deal with Mick seeing things.
Yeah.
I just got robbed. I just got betrayed.
I feel like they're like acting like parents. Like, it's just an old house. You're just hearing the creaks. Go to bed.
There's just a rabbit.
I take them outside to the place that I was before with them.
You can all roll me detection or investigations. Those of you that care to look around and are not just humoring Mick.
I'm like attempting to take this seriously.
Okay.
Fairly not trying very hard.
11's not terrible. You don't see any creatures or bladed robots. You do, Alistair, you happen to, as you kind of, all three of you just kind of wandering around slowly as Mick points at things and tells you what he saw. Alistair, you kick something with your foot. You look down, and it looks like a half-rotted, severed foot.
Oh.
What the fuck?
I turn around and I'm like, oh my god!
At first glance, that's what you got from it.
I'm gonna say, I told you something's going on here. I told you. I'm not crazy. Oh, thank God.
What do we do now then?
We look for them.
Investigate with slightly more urgency.
This is your house now. We must destroy all intruders.
What else do we got to do today?
Oh, it's the
We don't
middle
have
of the
anything.
night.
We don't have anything. We don't have anything better to do.
Hey, just think. If we find one of these shadow creatures, you could take out all your frustration on it. All right? All right.
I'm about to take all my frustration out on you.
Oh, please don't. I'm just a frail little gobber. No harm done.
What do you guys want to do?
I'm gonna scour the land, looking for one of them.
I mean, Mick is clearly wound up, but beyond that, all you've seen so far is what appears to be a severed foot.
Admittedly, it is kind of weird to see a severed foot.
Oh, sure it is.
Yeah, you don't really see those
No.
all the time. You don't see those every day.
Usually grow on trees.
That'd be so disturbing.
Yeah.
That's what's in the last room, a foot tree.
Oh, gross.
Oh.
No.
At least we'll have a surplus of foots. Yay.
Yep. Vance House was into some weird stuff.
Right next to the BDSM room.
It's not what it is.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, man. Well, I'm straight searching. I'm on a mission to find any of these shadow things or ash things, whatever they are, and this robot.
Josephine Alster, how you feel?
I'm gonna give it like half an hour.
Okay.
And then I'm like, I'm tired. I'm going back to
Gotcha.
bed.
That's a perfectly appropriate response. Alster?
Yeah.
Yeah, the same.
Okay.
Mick's gonna be the only one up all night looking for him.
I got stuff to do.
I'll roll me the same rolls again if you want. Detection or investigation. Or 11, 8, 9. No one finds anything.
I got a 17.
Oh, 17. Josephine, you don't find anything.
Fuck. I'm going back to bed.
Josephine, also, you guys scour the property. You find no more signs of feet, no other body parts, no shadowy figures, no belated robots.
Is the airship still there?
Yes.
With the crew and everything?
Crew's gone. Don't see him.
They probably just went home.
I'm gonna look inside the airship too.
Okay. Josephine and Elsa have already given it a half hour. Mick, you're on your own. Go back in.
I'll solve this mystery myself. No need for the gang.
Mick's like, no, just 5 more minutes. I know I can find something. Roll me
I know I can find something tangible.
roll me the rolls again, or a roll again for the ship, Mick.
Oh, fuck.
I mean, you climb aboard the ship, and you don't see anything. Everything's ship
Alright. I got it. You can make shitty puns, but I can't, huh?
Uh-huh.
Oh, okay.
It's the
Alright,
power I have.
I'm going to backtrack, search every room again, back to the workshop, and if I still find nothing, I'm going to try and open one of the 4 towers.
Okay.
Oh my god.
Oh no!
Mick doesn't know.
I
He's
know
gonna die.
he doesn't know.
All right. Josephine's gone to bed by now. Alistair, what did you do when you head back to the house?
I gotta go, and I gotta assess the damage of the missing stuff, and
Okay.
see if there's still like deeds and shit, and start working on forging them.
You go back in and look out. As far as you can tell, the only things that seem to be missing are some of the jewelry and watches, that kind of stuff. It doesn't. I mean, you didn't ever go through and count everything before, so you don't have a perfect idea. But as best you can tell, none of the gold coins were taken. It didn't appear that any of the documents were disturbed. You kind of tucked the important ones away, and they seem to be the same. Just some of the valuable trinkets and jewelry seem to be gone. Not all of them, but a good handful or two.
Just what somebody can carry.
Yeah.
Make a break for it.
Unless she jumped off the balcony. I don't see.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. That's the only way out. I was sitting in the, we're in the sitting room. There's no other way out of the bedroom.
Okay, you can, if you want to, after you've kind of assessed that, you can take out your documents, start flipping through them, see what you got. Start forging some of the important things.
Yeah.
Okay. Burn the midnight oil. Mick, you go through, you don't see any sign of the robots, or the bladed robots. Everything seems the same inside. Everything's neat and tidy. 2 servant robots, they're still sitting where they were before, shut down for the night.
All right, I'll get the closest tower to me.
Closest one to the
Workshop.
Workshop would be the only one that Josephine did not get into, actually.
Oh, goody.
That, as described, is a nice, shiny, huge steel door. There are 3 keyholes, as well as a handprint pressed into the steel. This one's clean, though. The other ones were kind of dirty.
I want to just blow it up, but I'm gonna pick the locks. I'm gonna pick all 3 locks.
Okay. Roll me 3 lock picking. Okay. You successfully lockpick all of them. Click, clang, click, clang, click, clang. Door's still shut.
All right. So the handprint. Okay.
Uh-huh.
Fuck it. I'll put my hand against it.
Okay, your hand. The handprint is much larger than your little gobber hand. But you push it anyway. Nothing happens.
I don't think either of those 2 are gonna help me anymore. Fuck. Well, I'm gonna look for another way in, from the inside and out. I'm gonna look for any way that I could somehow break in.
I love that we're getting to see a little the obsessive side of Mick tonight.
He needs to find out.
When that dog gets a bone. Okay. Roll me investigation or detection.
I'm boosting this detection because I'm sick of these 8s.
Okay. I hope you roll a 10.
If I rolled
16.
another 8, if I rolled an 8, I was gonna be upset.
So there doesn't seem to be any way to get into this steel door. I mean, even if you were trying to blow it up, it would have to be an enormous amount of explosives and done just the right manner.
Yeah.
So you don't see any other doors. The walls seem pretty solid. So you head outside. Outside, you see where that room is on the the curve of this tower. There is one small window. It's up pretty high. It must be near the ceiling when you're inside the room. It's awful small though.
Oh, can I fit in it?
It's hard to say from the ground.
Oh, well then I'm scaling this and I'm gonna see if I can fit in that.
What the fuck?
Climbing check. There's a goblin breaking into your house, Alistair.
I know.
It's an inside job.
Yeah, let me find out climbing.
It's inside job.
You get halfway up, and a little bit higher up, the stone of the house is a little bit smoother, and you can't get a handhold. You kind of at an impasse. You get like halfway up, and you don't. There's no more handholds.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna hop down, grab that ladder, and anything else I can stack on top of it.
Oh my god.
I am not giving up.
I love this.
Mick's gonna find a way in there one way or the other. If he has to, he'll build an explosive.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, with enough time, you find a ladder, an empty box. You can stack some stuff up. It looks like it's this tower of rickety contraptions that you've put together. It seems to be tall enough that you could reach the small window. Roll me a climbing check.
Please don't crit fail.
Okay.
At least I didn't crit fail.
Yeah, you climb up. It's pretty shaky, but you find your way up. You've kind of put the ladder on top of some boxes. You get up on the ladder. You get eye level with the window. It's just glass. It doesn't look like it's designed to open. You don't see any kind of casing or handle or anything. It's just a plate of glass. It looks like a gobbler might fit. Good.
Can I see anything inside, or is it just pitch black?
It's dark.
I'm gonna have to climb down, find a lantern or a candle now.
The nighttime adventures of Mick. When everyone's sleeping, this is what he does. Sure, I mean, this is a mansion. You can find a lantern.
Okay. Alright. I'm grabbing that lantern. I'm going back up to the window.
Okay.
I'm going to break the window.
Window's broken.
I'm going to light my way in to see what's going on first before I hop in.
Okay. You may use the lantern to kind of brush away the shards of glass. And stick the lantern in. You maybe stick your head in. You see, at first glance, it almost looks like an office or a library. Every single wall, floor to ceiling, are bookshelves. This window is actually just above one of the bookshelves. You kind of lean up over it. They're just filled with books, volumes, documents. There's a desk in the middle of the room with a chair. It's hard to tell, what else is in there.
And I'm going in.
Okay.
Getting right on top of this bookshelf.
You're on. Okay. You wiggle in. You're on top of a bookshelf. It's about 12 feet high.
Okay.
There's one of those rolling librarian ladders.
I was just about to ask if there was one.
Just one. It rolls around the whole outside of the bookshelves. So you find that. You climb your way down. Now you're inside this room.
I'm gonna go to the desk and see what's up. See if anything's inside. See what's going on. Anything I could find.
Okay. You go over this. It's a very nice lacquered desk. There's nothing on the desk, on the top of it. There's some drawers. However, you notice immediately that etched or carved into the top of this desk is a symbol. Something, I'll describe it as the Illuminati symbol. Something approaching that.
Triangle.
Yeah, there's a big an eyeball, very prominent. Some other runes around it.
They do exist.
Not the Illuminati, but just to give you some general idea of what it looks like.
Tinfoil hat, just like...
Mix one of those people.
See,
No, no, he doesn't believe in any of that. He's just gonna think it's some sort of decoration. Like, all right, whatever. He's gonna open one of the drawers.
Okay.
All of them.
Okay, you open the first door. It's just full of papers and documents. Every single drawer, just papers. If you want to look through them, I can give you a cursory idea of what's written on it. Because I mean, it's just...
Yeah, might as well, because this was a locked room. It might have something on the ninja robot assassin.
Okay. You flip
I'm
through.
gonna need
You
to find
just,
name
yeah,
for him.
you just take out the first pile, kind of look at it like, geez, what is this? There's just papers and books in this room. You look down. It is a list of names. Next to all these names are gender, race, age, location, anything you want to know about a person. Next page, same thing. Next thing, next page, same thing.
Wow.
Wow, are there any names that I know? Alistair, Josephine.
No.
I'm guessing my name is probably on there.
No, I mean, look, this is a room where there are possibly millions of pages of things in here. First couple pages you look at, you just see some, just names. Almost like a phone book, except you're getting a lot more information. Yeah, occupation. You flip through a couple, you take another stack, kind of just pull out a page in the middle. You see details of, like a list of businesses. You see details of the businesses. their value, what they make, their employees, details about all the employees, comings and goings. In another drawer in the desk, the top middle drawer, is a pair of small journals. They're both full of writings. This is a little bit more hectic. The first journal you open up is just a list of what appears to be, I guess I can only describe it as, it seems like whoever wrote this journal sat down on a bench somewhere and wrote down everything he saw. Everyone who came and went, details of everything. Next journal, same thing.
All right, well, the business papers with the employees and all that, I'm going to put that into one of my pockets.
You can't fit it all.
Oh. All right, well, then I'll just hold on to it.
No, I mean, there seems to be pages and pages and pages and pages and pages and pages.
Are they all in a book, or are they just... Okay, they're separate pages then?
Yep, they're loose.
All right, I'll grab a few, fold them up, put it in my pocket so I can show to Alistair.
Okay.
I'm going to take another look around at a couple of the books, see what those are about.
Okay. You go to a bookshelf, you pull off a random book. They all look like normal, leather-bound, hard case books. Pull the first one, no title or anything on the cover. You flip it open, handwritten pages again. Detailing, again, lists of names, people. Another one's like, things, just like, some of them are more like, you find another one's like a journal of just things that happened on one particular day.
I'm gonna put that back where I found it, and I guess it's time to skedaddle out of here.
Okay, I'm gonna assume you're gonna have to go back the same way you came.
Yeah, up the ladder and then back out the window.
Yep, you go back out, and you head back into the house the normal way.
Jeez. I guess I'll make a quick stop and give them to Alistair real quick before I continue.
Can I butt in for a second?
Yep.
Sorry, yeah, we're just about to hit like 3.5 hours, and I'm starting to like fade out.
Yep. I'm waiting for that good break point.
Okay, cool.
So
since Mick won't let it go.
No. Okay, we're gonna say this. So you make it back in the house. You go upstairs. Do you just throw the papers at Alistair and run off to do something else?
Pretty much.
Okay. So Mick,
like he's doing something, so I just kind of throw them at him.
So Alistair, you're sitting at the desk in your office. Bent over. You got papers around. You're reading through some stuff. Maybe even starting to make some forgeries. Mick races into the room, all panic. Takes a wad of papers, throws them at you. Says, just found these, and then runs back out the room. And I think that we'll just stop there.
Crazy Gobber.